Welcome to the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals. I'm Joshua Hauser, the district manager here at the Good Feet Store in Altoona. As America's arch support experts, we believe everyone deserves to live the life they love, free from foot, knee, or back pain. From our local athletes on the field to our friends, family, and neighbors, life is a journey we all take one step at a time. Let your local Good Feet store help you take that journey without pain. Good luck to both teams tonight, and we hope you enjoyed the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals.
79 degrees, sunny skies, and a great night for high school football here in State College. The 2-0 Mighty Cougars of Harrisburg and the 2-0 Little Lions of State College. Always a great game when these two teams get together. Adam Leskowitz will kick it away for Harrisburg. Deontay Sheffy and Damir Code, two dangerous return men back for State College. And immediately, right off the bat, it's Deontay Sheffy against his former team, swinging to the end. And an excellent return by Sheffy, hauled out of bounds, out across the 40-yard line. And terrific starting field position for a dangerous but young State College Little Lion offense.
Yeah, he kind of gave him a little stutter step move there, dipped the shoulder, continued to the outside, and picked up an extra 10 yards.
They spot the ball at the 45-yard line. State College led by that man right there, number 10, Connor Kolka, just a sophomore at quarterback. Takes over for Eddie Corkery, the quarterback last year for State College. He has a plethora of weapons to work with, some unproven, but high expectations for Matt Lintel in his 12th season as the head coach here at State High. Sheffy in the backfield with Kolka. Penalties have been an issue all year long for Harrisburg, and right off the bat, the defense jumps in. An early flag from Jerry Hocker, our referee. Isaac John Lewis, one of the big defensive linemen. And a defensive line, as we talked about in the open, Messiah Mickens, obviously one of the top running backs in the country, out for Harrisburg tonight. Also a critical part of that Mighty Cougars defense. State College first play from scrimmage comes from midfield for Deontay Sheffy. It's still a big defensive front, and they stall Sheffy right at the line of scrimmage. As we take a look at that State College starting lineup offensively, brought to you by the Good Feet Store, America's arch support experts. Talked about Kolka and Sheffy in the backfield. Damir Code, really dangerous at wide receiver. Hank Lustig replaces Ty Salazar, the all-state slot receiver, and a big and experienced offensive line that Matt Lintel, their head coach, said has just been tremendous so far. After no gain, a quick pass, and Kolka on target for his first completion of the night and leaning for first down yardage. Keen Furmanak made the catch, finds one of his H-backs, and it's a first down for State College, brought to you by UMH Properties. Live better, start sooner with UMH Properties. Visit UMH.com.
Yeah, he took the contact, and he was able to lunge forward to get the sticks moving.
We'll mention all those college connections tonight, family connections as well. Furmanak's older brother Finn, a longtime State College standout, and now a member of the Penn State team. Penn State head coach James Franklin made an entrance here about a half hour ago with a couple of players that Penn State is recruiting on the Harrisburg side. Another completion, and Kolka on the run finds the other H-back, Jake Lukac, who's scored a touchdown in back-to-back games to start the year. It's a dozen yards and another first down, brought to you by UMH Properties.
Yeah, got a great block on the outside from Lustig.
Here's that Harrisburg defense that's getting gashed right now, and that starting lineup again brought to you by the Good Feet Store. Kevin Brown gets the start up front. That's a big man. He's also a Penn State commit. Great linebacker core, and then watch Koch, the safety in the backfield. He is a guy who can make a ton of big plays for this Harrisburg defense.
He's a big hitter also.
State College, though, on the move here on this opening possession. Kolka buying some time. That is just a sophomore, and again goes right back to Lukac. And a great gain of 6 on first down, maybe 7. And Kolka in a rhythm here to start.
And you love how he felt the pressure coming from his right and was able to roll to the left and buy some time and extend the play. Great instincts from that young man.
Well, we talked to Harrisburg head coach Calvin Everett before the game in his 14th year. He said that the defense, probably the concern so far, not the pass defense, but the run defense, but it's a Harrisburg defense that's been really tested against two great opponents. Imhotep to start the year, and then Bishop McDevitt, they prevailed with wins in each of those games, but did allow 20-plus points in their first two contests. Here is Sheffy, right up the gut, makes a man miss. Deontay Sheffy all the way down near the 10-yard line. It's another first down brought to you by UMH Properties. Judge with the touchdown saving tackle for Harrisburg.
Sheffy just looks like he's on a mission here on this first down. This entire State College offensive unit looks like they're on a mission on this first drive of the game.
Sheffy averaging nearly 8 yards per carry in his first two games back, suiting up for the Little Lions, where he played as a freshman and sophomore. Kolka, a designed run with a stiff arm, then he is dragged down right near the line of scrimmage. Jeremy Baroa made the tackle, stringing him out, and he was not fooled by that read option there, trying to get the quarterback involved with the ground game.
I was just going to say, great play by Baroa. He was able to sidestep him initially, but Baroa stayed with it, the good speed he has, and he was able to get him to the ground.
He's one of those anchors on that Harrisburg defense. It's those linebackers. Rick Brown, the team's leading tackler, 21 tackles in his first two games this season, and Baroa, a pair of junior linebackers that are the standouts on the defensive side. Nearly 4 minutes gone by. It's been all State College to start. Kolka dumps it off. Lukac again, and he is tripped up on the perimeter by Baroa. Down at the 6.
That was a great play by Baroa again, coming up there and making another touchdown-saving tackle. There was a lot of green in front of Lukac there, and Baroa had other ideas.
State College can get a first down near the 1-yard line. They have an excellent kicker, Shane Markowski. Chip shot for him from here, but the Little Lions have their sights set on 6. It is Sheffy who plants, wiggles his way down near the goal line. He stretches, and he's down inside the 1. It's a first down brought to you by UMH Properties. Live better, start sooner with UMH Properties. Visit UMH.com.
A little surprise there, just to give and right up the gut, right at the teeth of that defense, and able to get good yardage on a 3rd and 6 and pick up the first down.
Baroa again was the man with the touchdown saving tackle. He's racking up the tackles here on this first drive, but what an impressive opening possession for the home Little Lions. The moment not too big for State College here to start. First and goal, Kolka handles the low snap and slings it to Lustig, who strolls in untouched. It's a touchdown for State College, brought to you by the Good Feet store.
That looked too easy. They just a little pitch and catch right there, and Lustig just caught the ball and stepped into the end zone.
What an opening drive by the home Little Lions, who have a 6-0 lead.
9 plays, 55 yards.
Kolka, his 5th touchdown pass of the year, the first touchdown grab for the senior Lustig.
They did a great job of mixing the run and the pass there, keeping that defense off balance.
And the point after we saw last year, critical. Markowski's kick is good. In a 1-score game, a 1-point game last year, Harrisburg won it 7-6. It's a 7-0 State College lead right off the bat tonight. You're watching the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture. A half dozen players with the catch in each of the first 2 games this year for State College. Hank Lustig, the recipient of a 1-yard touchdown pass from Connor Kolka. And it's not just Sheffy on that opening possession again for the Little Lions.
No, they did a great job mixing the pass and the run. I'll tell you what, the sophomore quarterback looks so poised in that opening drive.
And State College takes it right down the field. Excellent field position after the long return by Sheffy. And a 7-0 Little Lions lead. A young team, graduated 31 seniors from last year's team. 9 went on to play college football. But there's a lot of tradition and history with this program. And Shane Markowski, who moments ago had the point after to make it 7-0, kicks it away to Harrisburg for the first time tonight. And like he has done almost all year long, Markowski puts it into the end zone for a touchback. He is a weapon, truly, for State College and in high school football. If you have special teams to complement the offense and defense, State College traditionally has had a great kicker. Look out.
Yeah, that can absolutely win you some ball games that maybe you shouldn't win otherwise, Brian. Some teams don't have that kicker. We've seen it in the past. They go for 2 every time. Having that extra, as you called it, weapon certainly can pay dividends.
Harrisburg, which pulled a win out late last week against Bishop McDevitt, 29-21 at 349 total yards, and they did that without Messiah Mickens for much of that game. Left in the first half due to injury, was on the sideline in street clothes. He's on the sideline in street clothes again tonight. So Princeton Dent starts in the backfield with Michael Schenk. He's had a good year to start. It's been a good start for State College tonight, who bottles him up after a pair of yards on the play. And let's take a look at that Harrisburg starting offense. Our starting lineups tonight are brought to you by the Good Feet Store, America's arch support experts. Schenk, Dent, Lewis, Koch, Walker, tons of playmakers. Watch Kevin Brown, the right tackle. We'll spotlight him all night long. He's headed to Penn State. He is a big boy right there on your screen, number 74.
You can't miss him.
No, you cannot. This is big boy football here between two teams ranked in the top 10 in the state. And Michael Schenk delivers on target and in plenty of time, right near the line to gain. It is a first down. Then Demia makes the tackle on Elias Koch. That's his 12th catch of the year. He's got a Rutgers towel on his hip there. He's headed to Rutgers. Another one of those Division I Power 4 prospects playing for Harrisburg.
Yeah, he's terrific. He's an all-around player. His coach described him just as a top athlete, and that's a great honor to have bestowed upon you from your coach.
Schenk completing 62% of his passes so far this year. He stepped in and impressed in week 1. He's the guy who gets the start at quarterback. And Princeton Dent barrels up the middle. He wastes no time. It's 13 yards for Dent and a first down for Harrisburg. And again, our first downs brought to you by UMH Properties. Here's our State College defense brought to you by the Good Feet Store. And this is a group led by Trace Brennan. The inside linebacker has made plays all year long. Watch Matt Gall, the junior number 58, up front as well for State College. Harrisburg showed tempo, but now looks to the sideline to adjust. Quick moving opening quarter. Both teams effective and efficient so far. Princeton Dent right up the gut. 9 yards for Dent into State College territory. Trace Brennan makes the tackle. And boy, that's quite the 1-2 punch when Mickens is in, and even without him tonight, Princeton Dent looks good here to start.
Yeah, and talking to their coach, they are the biggest fans of one another. They root for one another. They give each other advice on what they can do better. And, you can see it paying off here. Dent off to a good start. That offensive line really taking control here.
They fake it to him, and the pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Great play by Rowan Walker on the right side. Got his paw up, and now it's a 3rd and 1 for Harrisburg.
That's great coaching. Can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up.
He is an excellent player on both sides of the football for State College. Had a sack and a team-high 9 tackles in week 1. Junior linebackers, they lined up with a big front. Probably expect that again on 3rd and short, Rick.
Yeah, it would not shock me at all. We'll see what happens here. But so many ways they can distribute the football.
We've seen through the years possessions can be at a premium in this matchup because of how good both offenses are and both defenses trying to eliminate the big play. Play clock down at 1 and an alert timeout taken by Calvin Everett over on the Harrisburg sideline. State College fired up with this start, and rightfully so.
Yeah, they originally, as you said, Brian, they were going into that hurry up.
We'll be right back. We're taking the timeout with them here on the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture. We're pleased to announce the return of the Scholar Athlete of the Year Scholarship Contest, sponsored by USCO Federal Credit Union. One deserving senior Scholar Athlete will receive a $5,000 scholarship, courtesy of USCO Federal Credit Union. Complete rules are available on WJCTV.com/contest. All athletes are selected by their school's athletic directors or principals. Coming up at halftime, Wendy's salutes local teachers with Wendy's Teacher Appreciation coming up at the half. Timeout taken by the Harrisburg offense before a big 3rd and 1 here on their first possession of this opening quarter. State College got the ball, went right down, scored, and now Harrisburg is on the move in State College territory. No Messiah Mickens tonight. Princeton Dent's off to a great start, and Princeton Dent gets to the edge. Flag comes in, likely a hold coming up here on Harrisburg along the right side of the line. The State College defense thinks it's going against the mighty Cougars.
3rd down.
And it is on that right side. I think Darrell Dixon, the guilty party. After a 9-yard play on 1st down, State College batted a pass down on 2nd. And on 3rd and 1, a penalty sets Harrisburg back into a 3rd and 11. Penalties have been a problem all year long for the Cougars. 26 penalties through the first 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah, they have been. They need to clean that up. They're well aware of it. And Calvin Everett said before the game, now we're going to have another timeout on the field.
And this time it is State College before this 3rd down and 11. So each team with timeouts here on what is a critical play on this opening possession for the Harrisburg offense.
Brian, we were talking before the game on the field to State College defensive coordinator, and he gave us the comparison between Messiah Mickens and Princeton Dent. He said Mickens more of a guy who will bounce it outside. We've seen Dent do that a couple times tonight, though. Of course, a couple of those plays were designed to go outside.
And that defensive coordinator, Mark Bainey, who's been with the State College high school program for more than 30 years. Son obviously came through here, worked and played at Penn State. And State College known for its history and tradition. Same for Harrisburg here, where Calvin Everett, as they gather their group on the sideline, has done such an unbelievable job leading Harrisburg to the state championship game 3 times in the last 9 years. He took over as the head coach at just 32 years old. Before this big 3rd down, let's take a look at one of tonight's West Central Equipment line mowers. For your lawn and garden equipment needs, turn to West Central Equipment. And for State College, it's number 58 up front, Matt Gall, the junior, as his defense looks for a big stop here on this 3rd and 11. And back to action. A little pressure over the middle, and it is intercepted by State College. Back down into Harrisburg territory. Could not draw up a better start for this Little Lions defense. Trace Brennan, the senior, with the pick.
I'm not sure that he ever saw Trace. He just kind of stepped in and jumped the route. You see the celebration going on right there. As you said, Brian, State College could not have asked for a better start. Took the opening drive down. Now they get the interception on their first defensive series. I'm not sure if he saw him or not, or he was just trying to slip it into a tight window.
Michael Shank with his first interception of the season. Harrisburg, if they've had a bugaboo here over the first couple of weeks, and two just huge wins over great programs, Imhotep and Bishop McDevitt. It's been the penalties and a little sloppy with some turnovers.
And we're seeing that on display here in this first quarter.
Had a penalty that took them from a 3rd and 1 back to a 3rd and 11. Kolka rolling right. He throws, and that is juggled and nearly picked off by a couple of Harrisburg defenders. And he got away with one there, looking in the direction of Hank Lustig. Jeremy Baroa, number 9, who's been all over the field, has had his hands on the football.
Yeah, two guys had a shot at that. Here's another look at it right here. And he threw off the wrong foot. He wasn't able to plant that back foot. He threw it off his left foot.
Trace Walker was the second man with an opportunity to make the catch and interception on the deflection. What a start to this game by Baroa. And that defense going to need him and his counterparts to step it up here. State College, great field position after the turnover. Kolka throws. That's a great throw. And run after the catch for Damir Code. All the way down inside the 5-yard line. A 35-yard pickup, and State College now with 1st and goal after another UMH Properties first down. That was a terrific throw from the sophomore quarterback.
Yes, it was indeed. He put that right into the bucket right there. And Code caught it, turned upfield immediately.
Code, the leading receiver for State College, coming in. Had 8 catches, a couple of touchdowns over the first 2 weeks. Went over the century mark last week in a lopsided win against Altoona, where State College faced a little adversity early. No adversity early tonight. They look like the battle-tested team here on their home field. Up the middle, Sheffy down near the 1. Rick Brown made the tackle for Harrisburg, but a productive first down gain.
And they've been very good on first down tonight, and that's really set the stage for them to move the football the way they have.
Harrisburg had too many players on the field. Flag did not fly, and they got away with one there on the defense. Tried to quick snap and catch Harrisburg changing. There is no flag on the play. Sheffy is stacked up down at the 1.
And that was Floyd Pearson with the tackle.
Continue just to.
That was Noah Ewell, I beg your pardon, with the tackle. 22, not 24.
They're knocking at the door. 3rd down and goal from just outside the 1. Like we said, though, Harrisburg got away with one on that play there. State College, big offensive line as well, led by Gall, that left tackle. It is Kolka off left tackle, and Connor Kolka spins in for a State College touchdown. Kolka with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown tonight. Our touchdowns brought to you by the Good Feet Store, America's arch support experts.
Now, the one thing we were wondering is, was this going to be too big of a stage for the sophomore quarterback so far? He has answered all of his doubters. Not that we were doubting him, Brian, but we were just wondering what kind of game he was going to play here, particularly at the start, and he has been nothing short of terrific.
And trouble here on the extra point for State College, and we'll see if that looms large. And it was recovered by the kicker, Markowski, who's an awesome athlete, and he may have saved a couple of points there for State College by recovering that loose football. But it's 13-0 Little Lions. Connor Kolka has thrown for 1, run for 1, and State College capitalizes on the turnover and punches it in for 6 points.
Right there, he was able to plant the foot, turn it upfield, take it into the end zone. Well, he has to have a lot of confidence right now.
I think this entire team does. You can see the way that just their body language, hungry, ready to go, and a ton of energy after what was probably even a better start than Matt Littell could have imagined.
I had that one at 5 plays and 40 yards.
WJC TV and the Good Feet Store. I want to thank our homeschool State College Area High School for hosting tonight's game. WJC TV and the Good Feet Store are proud to support our local schools, and tonight are donating $500 to State High. Brian Tripp, Rick Hall, our outstanding Friday Night Rivals crew. Great to be with you here from Memorial Field in State College. And Markowski into the end zone again for another touchback. Kolka through the air, 6 for 7, 63 yards to start. Has the 1-yard rushing touchdown, has made a couple of plays with his legs. Not going to just gash teams by running the football at quarterback, but he's got just enough mobility to keep him honest.
Yeah, he absolutely does, and he's shifty. He's shown some shiftiness here tonight. And, of course, the penalties have hurt. 2 penalties already for Harrisburg. One coming on a big run after Dent made the big run, and that set him back to 3rd and long. That hurt, and also the turnover. Each team does have a turnover here tonight.
Harrisburg now with the football, and they'll start from deep inside their own territory. State College will dominate that field position battle.
I beg your pardon, State College does not have a turnover.
Schenk right back to the air after an interception on his last throw, and he completes it on the outside. Good catch and run by Lewis after the grab. And it's a pickup of 7. Tackle made by Lustig.
I'll tell you what, that's a nice throw right there for a quarterback who just threw an interception. Good safe throw. Lewis able to pick up some yards after the catch.
Jayon Lewis, a senior, and 3 catches, 37 yards, and a touchdown last week against Bishop McDevitt. He was the quarterback last year, a great athlete. Added an extra element with his legs. Come back, and it's Elias Koch, makes one man miss, and he can't get away from Brennan and company. But he does have 5 yards, and it's a first down brought to you by UMH Properties. Man, he is strong, big kid, 6'3", 200 pounds. He fits the bill as a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, he absolutely does. They had trip receivers stacked over to the right, and just tough for State College to defend.
Harrisburg itself has faced some adversity throughout the course of the season. Played with leads, but then games that have been on the seesaw throughout the first 2 weeks. Pair of unbeaten teams, and Princeton Dent cut down after a 3-yard gain. Tumbled forward. Noah Williams tripped him up. They officially mark it as a 4-yard pickup.
You take 4 yards on first down, though. That's a reasonable gain.
We were looking and trying to figure out before the game, what will this identity be tonight for Harrisburg without Messiah Mickens? And seems like status quo for the Cougars.
Yeah, it does. Mix up the pass and the run. They're pretty balanced offensively.
Team that has all that great experience in the postseason. They won't be rattled by this early start. Harrisburg does get the football to start the second half as this first quarter winds down. Princeton Dent on the pitch. He accelerates. First down and more out near midfield. Picks up 12 yards. Kellen Williams made the tackle.
And accelerate, the right word. He does have good acceleration, Brian. He can put it in gear, and he can pick up speed quickly and leave people in the dust. This is a big drive for Harrisburg right here.
They need some point, some sort of response here, because State College, the pendulum just has swung their way right off the bat. Especially with all that energy here at home, right? Big crowd, big band. Nowhere to go this time. State College's defense rises to the occasion. Rowan Zanoble was the first man in there, but then he got some help from TJ Bowser to clean it up.
That was good penetration, that defensive line, getting off the ball quickly and getting in there and getting him wrapped up into the ground.
A negative play of 3 yards takes us to the end of an entertaining and fast-moving opening quarter that sees State College here at home bidding for an upset with a 13-0 lead on Harrisburg. You're watching the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture. Coming up, make sure to keep watching for the UPMC halftime report. We'll look at the highlights from around the country, plus Wendy's Teacher Appreciation honorees and the USCO Federal Credit Union Scholar Athletes. Coming up at the half, our halftime report brought to you by UPMC. UPMC also tonight's Friday Night Rivals live stream brought to you by UPMC. We appreciate their partnership as always. We get back to action here in quarter number 2. Harrisburg with the football, but All State College 13-0 in this matchup of a pair of 2-0 teams. And Harrisburg playing tonight without Messiah Mickens. Our injury report brought to you by Berger and Green, the injury and disability lawyers. We're both hockey guys. Lower body injury, Messiah Mickens, as far as we know, week to week.
Could be anything.
Brian Tripp, Rick Call, our outstanding crew here on Friday Night Rivals. Princeton Dent, the fill-in tonight, dragging a defender, then dragging a few more defenders with him. What a run. A flag comes in late from way back behind the line of scrimmage. That's a great run of a dozen yards by Dent to get his team out of a hole. And the indication is a face mask. It is against State College, and that results in a first down for Harrisburg. Our first downs here in the second quarter are brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet, where cars cost less in Claysburg.
6 carries, 51 yards so far for Dent. Pretty good start for that young man.
And that was the sense, right, Rick, that this is a team. Mickens is an outstanding player. Not many compare, not only here in PA, but across the country. They think he's going to be the next star at Penn State, and the next star in a long lineage of great running backs.
As you said, James Franklin here tonight.
But Dent, it's kind of status quo for this Harrisburg team. Shank directing traffic. Michael Shank then throws a dart incomplete over towards the sideline. Looking for Lewis, but State College had him blanketed. There is a flag down on the field again here. Previous play was, I believe, the first penalty against State College.
Holding Harrisburg, number 8.
Far from the first this year against the mighty Cougars of Harrisburg.
That's their third penalty of this game.
Lewis Dillard, nope, they're going to change it. Originally said number 8, Lewis Dillard, not the guilty party. It's Princeton Dent with the hold.
He was trying to pick up the blitz, and he got the hands locked up.
Jerry Hocker's crew's been busy here so far over the opening 12-plus minutes. Harrisburg, 11-3 last year, 8-1, won the Mid-Penn, then went all the way to the PIAA semifinals. Class 6A lost to Pittsburgh Central Catholic, 38-33. 4 straight 11-plus win seasons. This is a measuring stick game for both them and State College tonight. Harrisburg already a couple of big wins against great teams. And the throw on the run from Shank and complete along the sideline. Good moves to take it down inside the 35 for Kewan Sinkler. And the junior, man, they made all the penalty yardage up and then some on that play.
Yeah, Sinkler was wide open out there. The defender was about 10 yards back from him. You'll see it right here on the replay. There's nobody around him. He has time to pull it in, look upfield. Probably, 7-8 yards before he's even contacted.
Yeah, good wrap-up tackle there by Hank Lustig, but he was the first man to contact him. As you were right, Rick, way downfield, and takes a 1st and 20 and turns it into 2nd and 4 for Harrisburg. A lot of motion here. Princeton Dent trying to break free, and he cannot. He is dragged by Zenoble, who was hurt most of last year. He's really stepped up, his head coach Matt Lintel says, and actually results in a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, he actually made a miss at the line of scrimmage, but Zenoble, what a job he did reaching on, grabbing the jersey and hanging on. Back in the 80s, they wore those tearaway jerseys. He'd still be running.
No, everything's form-fitting now. What is it called? Athletic fit? 2 minutes into this second quarter, 13-0 State College in front. Harrisburg has moved the football, just not totally efficient tonight. And Princeton Dent first down as he spins 7 yards out to the 25. Hank Lustig makes the tackle. That first down brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet, where cars cost less in Claysburg. I wanted to read that again, but I was trying to read it before you turned the lights off here on everyone in the press box.
I'm leaning against the wall over here in my little corner, and the light switch happens to be right there. And But I'll tell you, 3rd and 4, they just run it right up the gut, and Den able to pick his way through, and that's a lot of trust in your offensive line when you can run right up the gut on 3rd and 4.
Well, you have 6 foot 270, 6 foot 275, 6 foot 220, 6'5", 300, and 6'5", 290.
That helps.
There's a big offensive line. State College's D-line nearly matches that. Just a steady diet here of the run game for Harrisburg after getting out of that early hole. And first carry tonight for the Cougars that does not go into the hands of Princeton Dent. Jawan Johnson, sophomore. And there's an injury for State College on the field.
He was part of that gang tackle.
And as they tend to the injured player on the field, we are going to step aside. Don't want to guess at who that is. Think I can tell. Not 100% sure. 13-0 State College. Here on the Good Feet Stores Friday Night Rivals presented by Levin Furniture. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. That's coming up in the fourth quarter tonight. Cohen Johnson was the injured little lion. He went off under his own power. Harrisburg is on the move here, trailing 13-0. Ball is down at the 22.5-yard line, and a 2nd down and 7 coming up. You saw Johnson there standing on the State College sideline. Always good to see.
Yeah, definitely good to see him up, and as you said, go off under his own power and hopefully get back in the football game soon.
State College defense has bet a couple of times tonight, forced a turnover, and capitalized and turned that into 6 points.
That's only their second possession of the game so far, halfway through the second quarter. This will be the 11th play of this drive coming up. Start at their own 20, so pretty good sustained drive here.
One of your keys for both of these teams, we talked about it coming in, prevent the big play. Make each team earn it and play efficient football. Michael Shank back to the air and delivers wide open. Elias Koch with a stiff arm. Down the sideline, stays in bounds. Brennan finally drives him out of bounds, but not until he's down inside the 10. It will be a 1st and goal for Harrisburg on the catch and run by Elias Koch. That is a Ziegler Chevrolet 1st down.
Yeah, he just came across the field, had the football put right on his numbers. You'll see it here. You'll see him come across. There he goes, little out route. He's able to stiff arm, make a man miss, and everybody thought he was going out of bounds there, but he was able to pick up an extra 5 yards.
Couple of catches tonight. He had a career mark of 130 catches, 30 career touchdowns through the air, and almost 2,400 receiving yards coming into tonight's game. Rutgers is getting a good one there. We'll play in Piscataway. Princeton Dent off the right side, makes a cut, lowers the shoulder. Can he get there? No, he can't. What a run by Princeton Dent. Darrell Dixon, the senior offensive lineman, lost his helmet. He'll have to check out for a play, but Princeton Dent is a great combination of power and speed.
Yeah, he is. He made the first guy miss right at the line of scrimmage and then tried to barrel his way in, took a couple tacklers down to the 1-yard line.
It was finally Danny Brennan who brought him down. State College, see if they can hold again. Figure it's got to go back to the powerful Dent here. A lot of motion. They look towards Cook. Shank takes it himself. He dives. He's got it. Touchdown. Harrisburg. What a response for the Cougars. It's a Good Feet Store touchdown.
Cope was open. He just chose to keep it himself and plunge into the end zone.
He does not run a lot, but Rick, a great decision there for Michael Shank.
Yeah, if you don't have to put it in the air and you can get in, keeping it on the ground, do that. That's exactly what he did here. That's a huge drive for Harrisburg. They needed something.
State College scored on its first 2 possessions, made it look pretty easy offensively. Harrisburg on its second possession, as you just talked about, takes it into the end zone. Now look at this formation here as they get ready to go for the 2-point try. Dent in motion. Shank rolls his way. There is no one over there, and he is dragged down shy of the end zone, trying to go out of bounds. Good play by Jake Lukac to knock him out. That was ugly. 13-6, State College still in front here after the failed conversion. 8:05 to go in the second quarter here on the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture.
State College 13, Harrisburg 6.
Plays 80 yards.
Here's another one of today's West Central Equipment line mowers. That's what I think of when I think of a line mower, Matt Gall for State College.
Yeah, he just looks like a offensive, defensive lineman.
For your lawn and garden equipment needs, turn to West Central Equipment, your authorized John Deere dealer with locations in Martinsburg, Evansburg, and Somerset. Defense that needs a break after a 13-play, 80-yard touchdown drive by Harrisburg to get back within 1 score.
It was huge. We talked about it during the break. They needed something. They got it right there. Now their defense has to find a way to get a stop.
On a warm and a little bit muggy night here in central Pennsylvania, those types of drives, that could pay dividends down the road.
It sure can. With the depth that Harrisburg has, they rotate a lot of people in and out, Brian. They can keep people fresh.
So each quarterback tonight with a 1-yard touchdown run. Cougars utilizing that pooch kick. State College ready for it as the fair catch is made at the 30-yard line by Keen Furmanek. After Sheffy set his offense up with excellent field position on the first possession, State College then started its second possession in Harrisburg territory after the takeaway by Brennan. They'll start at their own 30-yard line here on their third offensive drive of the game.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, Brian. 2 dangerous return guys back there for State College, so they opted not to kick it to them.
An offense that has been humming here in the early going, Rick, on the ground and through the air. Connor Kolka, for just a sophomore, has been in complete command.
Yeah, he has. He's looked very poised. You can see the instincts. He feels the rush coming from a certain side. He's able to sidestep it and extend plays. And
see what Matt Lintel, who also calls the plays for State College, dials up here on this drive. Deontay Sheffy sweeps to the end, able to plant his foot, get upfield for a yard or two to avoid the loss. Jeremy Baroa makes another tackle for Harrisburg. And we're talking about Connor Kolka actually going into game 1 for State College. Kellen Williams got the nod, both in a great battle for the starting job coming into the year, and Kolka ended up coming into that first game against Gateway, and it's been his job ever since.
Yeah, I mean, competition's a good thing. I mean, it brings out the best in you.
Matt Lintel said he's done not just a good job, but a phenomenal job here as the starting quarterback. Was 8 for 18 in game 1 against Gateway, but then only missed 4 times. 14 for 18 last week against Altoona, and a couple of touchdown passes. Has a rushing touchdown and a throwing touchdown. Tonight here, he is going to be thrown down, just trying to stay on his feet. Isaac John Lewis got in there, and now the Harrisburg defense, without Messiah Mickens at defensive end, able to get a sack of Kolka, and a third and extremely long coming up here for State College.
Yeah, his coach called him disruptive off the edge, and right there we saw some disruption from Isaac John Lewis.
He is a returning starter on that defense. It's a strong rotation along that defensive line. A little thinner tonight, but Isaac John Lewis is a force to be reckoned with. 60 tackles, had 17 tackles for loss last year. Normally you say that's an unreal number. Mickens had 39.
That's an unreal number.
Almost half his tackles were for a loss last year. Taking a shot for Lustig downfield. A lot of traffic there, and incomplete. Koch and others in coverage for Harrisburg. And Harrisburg answers, scores, then forces State College to go 3 and out.
That's State College needed a good start. They got it. Harrisburg needed an answer. They got one on offense. They get off the field 3 and out here.
You figure a long, long way to go here tonight in this football game. Josiah Johnson, one of the big men up front, goes off. Happy that's a 3 and out.
And don't forget State College had a little trouble on the snap on that extra point. This snap is true.
Shane Markowski kicks it away. He does give Koch an opportunity. Koch elects for the fair catch. Didn't come up to catch the football. And then it rolls all the way down inside the 25-yard line, where it is downed by Taden Markle.
Shane Markowski's punt is down.
In between deciding whether or not to come catch that football, and that indecision from Koch cost his team nearly 20 yards.
And they have begun all 3 of their possessions tonight at Harrisburg at their own 20.
And that's a tough spot for the punt returner there, but right as a coach, Rick, you want to see him come up and catch that football.
Yeah, you definitely do. And boy, State College got the bounce there, and as you said, an extra 20 yards.
A great kick again by Markowski with that fortuitous hop.
A 58-yard punt.
And that is his longest punt of the year. Hasn't had to punt a ton. State College put up 41 points in week 1 against Gateway. That's a pretty good program, too. And then 37 points after falling behind early last week against Altoona. This is the first of 3 in a row at home for State College. They got off to that great start. Harrisburg now has momentum turning its way as they look to go down and have an opportunity to tie it. Play clock is at 0. Did they get the timeout in from the sideline? It took a while for the Cougars even to get on the field here.
Yeah, they had to burn a timeout earlier, if you remember. The play clock got down to 1. They took a little time to get the play in. Well, they're going to reset the play clock, Brian.
Yeah, they give them a fresh 25 to work with. Michael Schenk, the quarterback, finished it off on the last drive with a rushing touchdown. Jayon Lewis along the near sideline, catch and run to the 25. It's a 5-yard pickup. Knocked out of bounds by Hank Lustig.
You can see he has a strong arm. I mean, he zipped that out there on a line.
He's had a great start to the year. 3 touchdowns in week 1 against Otep. And you see it here, just gets the ball out quick. Lustig lost his helmet, so he'll have to come out. Lustig, the son of Penn State special teams coordinator Justin Lustig. All sorts of collegiate connections in this game. Princeton Dent runs through an arm tackle, takes it out to the 30, and that's good for a first down. Brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet. Luke Milito, we haven't called his name yet tonight, makes the tackle. He's a big part of that State College defense. Now there's an injured Harrisburg player down back near the 22-yard line. And we're halfway through the second quarter, and we've got one heck of a football game.
Yeah, so far it's been everything we thought it would be.
This has lived up to the billing. 2 of the top 10 teams in Pennsylvania. We showed the state rankings right at the top of our broadcast tonight. A pair of unbeaten teams that have a great lineage of success in each of their programs.
That's Kevin Brown who was down.
And he missed last year. He's to his feet. And he pops up pretty quickly here. And that is good to see. I think both sides kind of happy to see that with how many Nittany Lion fans are here in attendance.
No doubt
tonight.
about that. His father was a great offensive lineman at West Virginia.
While we have a moment, we'd like to thank our live streaming partner here on Friday Night Rivals, UPMC. Thank you so much for being a part of our live streaming broadcast here tonight.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think his father was also on the Steelers in 2005. He has a Super Bowl ring.
He's a big kid, 6'5", 290, probably slotted at that size to play offensive tackle at the next level. And I think that 290 might get somewhere in the range of, 340, 350. And he has the frame. He has the frame to put that on.
He was very vocal. I was down on the field when they were warming up, Brian. He was the one hooting and hollering, trying to get his team going, if you recall.
So they'll miss him right now on that offensive line. Trying to protect Shank, who rolls and slings with that sidearm delivery to Elias Koch. 15 yards and another first down brought down by A.J. Fry, the junior safety. That first down brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet.
And that's a great throw. Boy, he's delivering a nice football tonight. He looks very efficient, does he not?
I like that little three-quarters delivery on the run there.
Absolutely.
State College shows pressure here on a fresh set of downs. Plenty of time on the play clock. Brown back in the game, looking to provide a lead block, and does so for Princeton Dent, who rumbles out to midfield. It's just a 5-yard pickup. Rowan Zinoble makes the tackle for State College.
I'll tell you, when you can keep getting 5 yards consistently on first down, you're setting your offense up for success.
So Brown missed just one play. And Harrisburg, as Rick said, ahead of the sticks here.
And before that snap, State College, they did not have a man covering the slot receiver. You could see the coach jumping up and down on the sideline, pointing to his team to get out there and put somebody on him. He was uncovered.
State College with big cushion, too, on many of the receivers tonight, especially down here. Can't see it. Look how far back Hank Lustig is. Over here on the near side of the field, it's just an easy pitch and catch to Lewis, and he makes Lustig miss, and he makes him pay. Gallops down the sideline, shimmies his way down to the 20-yard line. Fry with the tackle, but what a catch and run by Lewis. They had the defender lined up 13, 14 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, giving him too much. You have to respect the speed. But, boy, when you give him that kind of cushion and there's nobody behind him on that play, Brian, all the safeties were on the other side of the field. And once he was able to beat that man one-on-one, a lot of green, I almost said green grass, but green turf in front of him.
25-yard pickup, first down from Ziegler Chevrolet, and back into the red zone as Harrisburg a chance here to tie the football game. It's going to be, thought it would be a double pass there. It looked like it was going backwards to Koch. The flag flies, and then Koch makes a man miss. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Harrisburg. We'll have to check on the penalty marker.
And looking at Koch's body language, he thinks it's coming back. And it is.
Yeah, it's an illegal formation. Schenk gets the explanation now from Jerry Hocker. I thought with that throw going backwards, Rick, that may be a double pass there on the play. State College has been burnt over the first couple of weeks of the season by those quick passes and quick screens.
Now they're going to have to make the adjustment here.
They were burnt there, but it did come back because of penalty, and now timeout is called here on the field. State College has an injured player down, Max Vendemia, a freshman that they are very, very high on.
They are extremely high on him. Let's hope he is okay. He'll get himself back up.
Dad Gio played at Penn State. He's grabbing at both his right and left leg, and shaking off the cobwebs. They compared him, as we said earlier, to Ty Salazar, their outstanding two-way player. Last 4 years was a starter for State College, went on to Delaware to begin his collegiate career.
He was so much fun to watch, Salazar. Really enjoyed watching him play.
We've had a lot of standout performances doing these games, would you say, a decade now together.
Mm-hmm.
And Salazar's numbers last year in the rout of Altoona here, as great a individual game that we have seen. Let's check out our Crawford Gift Shop Spirit Cam. Crawford Gift Shop, your black and gold headquarters. Check them out online at crawfordgiftshop.com. Nothing like high school football, the bands, cheerleaders, entire community coming together. You know, the cool thing here about Memorial Field, they line the sidewalks and the streets, and they can look in at this field sunken down here, right in downtown State College, bustling on a Friday night on a home football weekend for their second-ranked Nittany Lions. Noon kickoff tomorrow against FIU. Penn State head coach James Franklin in attendance here tonight. Watch a couple of his future prospects. It's a 1st and 15 and a shot to the end zone and incomplete in the direction of Lewis.
Yeah, just led him a little bit to their great effort by Lewis to try to lay out and come up with that football.
There's nothing quite like the Friday night when you're in State College, Happy Valley on a football weekend. Pretty good protection.
And just led him a little bit too far.
Cooper Ingold was trailing there in coverage. It was a 13-0 State College lead on a pair of first quarter touchdowns. Very few possessions here in this football game. Just the third time Harrisburg has had the ball. And again, a long sustained drive. Schenck delivers underneath. Catch made by Elias Koch. Lustig needs some help to bring him down. And they take a 2nd and long and turn it into a 3rd and 4 with that 11-yard pickup.
Koch, hopefully he gets up. He does. Sensed those two defenders in his back pocket, and he was able to turn and run away from them.
It was great to see Vendemia right back in there as well.
Absolutely.
Part of that tackle with Lustig and company in the secondary. The Harrisburg kicking game is a question mark, so probably 4-down territory here. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Princeton Dent gets a seam. Princeton Dent walks in. He teases the defense. Touchdown, Harrisburg.
18-yard run for Harrisburg. Touchdown.
Touchdown brought to you by the Good Feet store. Quite the celebration between Dent and Tavon Williamson. One of the guards who helped pave the way, untouched. Dent takes it in, and Harrisburg a chance to either tie or take the lead here with the point after try.
Running behind the right side of that offensive line, Kevin Brown, Hussein Al-Tharfi leading the way for him also.
Well, here you go. First time a disaster out of this formation. Looked like Schenck had the wrong read. If they convert, Harrisburg will have the lead. They are going for 2. Schenck under pressure. Well diagnosed again by State College. Chucked it away, incomplete at the feet of Princeton Dent. And a pair of missed point after tries for Harrisburg going for 2 results in a 13-12 State College lead. Both teams have just 1 point after successful on 3 conversions.
I'm sorry, Brian. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen there.
Coming up, make sure to keep watching for the UPMC halftime report. We'll look at the highlights from around the country, plus Wendy's Teacher Appreciation honorees and the USCO Federal Credit Union Scholar Athletes.
It was another 80-yard drive there for Harrisburg. That one I had at 8 plays, capped off by that Dent 13-yard touchdown run.
Good response here by Harrisburg. Back within 1. Want to salute those teachers again from Wendy's as well. I mean, that's the heart and soul, right? There's even a section dedicated, I saw in the bleachers here tonight, for State College high school faculty and staff coming out and rooting on some of their pupils.
Don't forget, halftime, Jeff Page will be grabbing one of the coaches headed off the field.
Yeah, great to have Jeff back with us this week. We missed him last week. Kickoff this time all the way through the end zone for Harrisburg. Adam Leskowitz, who did not kick off last time. They tried that little pooch kick. And State College with by far its worst field position to start tonight as they get another crack here with 2:51 and a pair of timeouts for Matt Lintel here in this opening half.
Yeah, they started their first possession at their own 45, then in plus territory. Those resulted in touchdowns. And then the last possession for State College was a 3-and-out.
This the highlight matchup this week in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth. Harrisburg, State College, Chambersburg. Through just 2 weeks, there's only 3 2-0 teams out of this outstanding league. Now, They just started league play last week, but still, that is, with how many good teams there are in this division of the Mid-Penn, surprising to see. Connor Kolka keeps it himself with a burst. Wow, look at him go. Connor Kolka stays on his feet. Run of the night for the quarterback. Run of his young career all the way down to the 25-yard line. Trace Walker finally caught up to him. No one thought the sophomore would keep it and run it himself.
That's a 55-yard run. Unbelievable.
Kolka had only 32 rushing yards over his first 2 games. And just watch him go here. The seas parted for Connor Kolka after he beat Isaac John Lewis around the end.
Deceptive speed, I think, might be the word you want right there.
Not always pretty, but certainly fast.
Yeah.
As Rick said, 55 yards, a Ziegler Chevrolet first down. And I think that caught everyone, including us, by surprise.
Might have caught Matt Lintel by surprise. Not sure he had that in him, but he did.
Outracing some elite athletes on that Harrisburg defense. Comes back, throws, batted, and incomplete. Dangerous pass after that ball was tipped into the air. Maxwell got his hands on it for Harrisburg. 1-point State College lead. The Lions have scored on 2 of their first 3 possessions tonight. And after that long run, completely flipped the field after the bad starting field position because of the touchback. Lukac in motion has caught a touchdown in each of the first 2 games for State College. Trouble with the snap, and Kolka just falls on the football after that long run. A near pick, and now a 10-yard loss. Back to the 35-yard line.
State College first 2 drives, they look so efficient. And they have made some big mistakes here at times on the next 2 drives to really set them back.
And here, Matt Lintel may want to use as much clock as possible. Both teams 2 timeouts. Play clock at 15 as Kolka will get his team organized. They do have an excellent kicker, Shane Markowski. Range up to 50 yards.
Right now, be about a 52-yarder.
And Kolka goes up the middle, and he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage by Isaac John Lewis, the guy he beat around the end on the 55-yard scamper. And after that play, just a disastrous drive here for the Little Lions of State College. Timeout Harrisburg. Calvin Everett thinking ahead. He wants to save time with 100 seconds left here in the opening half in a 1-point game.
Yeah, Isaac John Lewis said, not this time, young man. Yeah, you're looking at a 53-yard field goal from there.
Well, in that first quarter, all the Bud's Auto Sales drives of the quarter belong to State College. Here in the second, Harrisburg. There's Penn State football head coach James Franklin. I think that's a recruiting phone call over there on the sideline as he watches a couple of his potential prospects here tonight.
I think every call he makes is a recruiting phone call this time of the year.
Especially on a Friday night as his Nittany Lions will take on FIU right up the streets. Tomorrow, a noon kickoff at West Shore Home Field at Beaver Stadium. 13-12 State College in front. Busy man. And his Nittany Lions ranked number 2 in the country. Some thought they may catapult themselves to the top spot. I think they're more worried about where they'll be ranked December,
at the end of the season.
January.
Yep.
Kevin Brown, no Messiah Mickens tonight. James Franklin in attendance. Like so many have their eyes on this game all across the Commonwealth. High snap again, and Markowski rushes, got it away. A flag flies at the line of scrimmage, and it is caught down at the 10 by Koch. So a lot to digest right there. Could be another formational issue here for State College, as it does look like Jerry Hocker will run over and check with the Harrisburg sideline. And a decision for Calvin Everett what to do.
We'll see if they want to make him re-kick it or
take the yardage at the end.
Formation on the offense. Harrisburg elect to take the 5-yard foul and have a re-kick.
That's what they'll do. Second penalty of the night on State College.
Now, what do you think James Franklin would have done there?
He would have said, "Bring Tripp into the game."
No, that is the furthest thing from the truth. Tripp would trip if he went into the game. 1:36 left, and one timeout for Harrisburg as they'll get it back here after another Shane Markowski punt. He's a great athlete. He can really run. So fortunate with that skipping punt that is going to be down all the way inside the 1 yard line by Markle.
Great execution by Markle. And a line drive kick. He put it between a couple of players, I think.
It was like he was skipping a rock on a pond there right off the turf. I was about to say great athlete who can make anything happen. It wasn't pretty, but man, that worked. A seeing eye punt.
And Markle, a tremendous job getting down there. Great execution by that. I thought, Brian, tell me if you thought. I thought Harrisburg, I thought they were going to go for the block there. I thought they were going to line everybody up and try to go for a block here. It looked like they were setting up more for the return there.
I was surprised with Markowski that they elected to kick it again. I think they're hoping that Elias Coate could make something happen. Now, I think the ball's back in Matt Lintell's court here. 99 yards to go, 1:27. State College has 2 timeouts. They could get the ball back with great field position, or maybe come up with even a safety here. Michael Schenk and Dent out of the end zone, picks up 2 or 3 out near the 5. And Lintell will hold on to his timeouts for the moment. Rowan Walker, number 4 with the tackle for State College.
See what happens on second down here. If it's another short gain, he may use that timeout. They might use this entire play clock, Harrisburg.
They could wind it all the way down inside 35 seconds. And Schenk is going to back his team off the line of scrimmage. I wouldn't be surprised here if Everett uses his last timeout before this play. A 1-point State College lead on a pair of first quarter touchdowns. Harrisburg, the 2 scores here in the second quarter. Princeton Dent bottled up, and now State College will use that timeout. It took everyone to bring him down. Hank Lustig and company there. Trace Brennan and Lustig have combined for many of the tackles tonight and did again on that play. Timeout, Matt Lintell.
Yeah, you've called Lustig's name a lot tonight. He's had a terrific football game.
Maybe that's who James Franklin was on the phone with, calling his dad, his special teams coordinator, say, hey, your son's having a heck of a game there. So Harrisburg and State College go to the sidelines. Don't forget our UPMC halftime is coming up.
Jeff Page looks like he's going to be going after Matt Lintell here at the end of this half.
It's a 1-point lead. Harrisburg's got the ball, 33 seconds left, but they'd have 95 yards to cover. You're pushing all your chips on the table, even with all this talent on the field?
I am.
Other matchups in the Mid-Penn tonight. Carlisle's at Central Dauphin. Altoona's at Cumberland Valley. Chambersburg at Bishop McDevitt. And CD East at Cedar Cliff. While we have a moment, let's take a look at our Bud's Auto Sales drive of the quarter. Bud's Auto Sales, no one drives a better deal than Bud. Visit them at budsautosales.com. It's the 55-yard run by Connor Kolka. It flipped the field, and that's why we choose this as our drive of, at least late of this second quarter, because it pushed Harrisburg back here in the final seconds, and State College has a chance to get it back. Kolka, a 1-yard touchdown run tonight, but that by far the biggest play of the game for the State College offense. Trace Brennan had an interception in the opening quarter. On the other side here in the second quarter, a 1-yard run for Michael Schenk. And then Dent took it in from inside the red zone, about 16 yards out. Finally ready to go. Big 3rd and 6. Here's this second quarter has slogged along late. In this big-time matchup between a pair of unbeatens, nowhere to go. Princeton Dent, maybe a yard. State College, Jake Lukac stands him up. I don't know that he ever brought him down. Timeout for the Little Lions with 28 seconds left, and now some pressure on that Harrisburg special teams unit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're State College, Brian, you go after the punter. You try to set up some sort of return here. I'd go after the kick.
I think regardless, with a kicker like Markowski, they're hoping to get the ball back in field goal range. This has been a well-played, really a tale of two quarters, right? State College came out there on fire, riding momentum. Harrisburg, by the way, gets the ball to start the second half. Here in the second quarter, Harrisburg has punched back.
Yeah, they have. They needed to. They were really back on their heels.
And they've played a clean second quarter. It's been a big difference.
Yeah, no penalties, I think, in the second quarter. Maybe one, but State College had the big penalty on that last drive that really hurt their chances.
You have our statistician, Greg Helsel, back at home flipping through his notes. Noah's up here, our spotter tonight as well. Dave Ebenheiser, Alicia Ebenheiser, the whole crew back in the truck.
And don't forget again, Jeff Page coming up at halftime. Looks like I put my chips on the right spot, I think, Brian.
Never know when these two teams get together.
No, you don't.
Elias Koch set to kick it away, handles the snap. State College set up a return. A high tumbling kick. State College lets it bounce. And then fair catch, yeah.
I thought he signaled for the fair catch.
Yeah, the officials blow it dead. Damir Code was going the wrong way. 19 seconds left. And figure for Markowski, yeah, his range may max out at 50. He's made some 50-plus in practice, but with no rush. I think anywhere 40-45 yard field goal is probably more reasonable here for the State College junior kicker.
Yeah, if they can pick up 15, 16, 17 yards, gives himself a chance.
Yeah, what would you have? And I would think they'd give him a shot at 50, but you're probably thinking at least down near the 30 to have a realistic shot at points here.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think the officials are talking it over. Is this going to be a penalty?
Matt Lintel and State College staff calling one of the officials over. Not sure if there was an injured little lion there along the sideline for a moment. Nope, they're just going to... I think a decision has been made as State College finally breaks the huddle from the sideline and takes the field. They do not have a timeout left. They lead it by 1. 19 seconds to go in the second quarter. A first down to stop the clock or the sideline. Friend of State College here. Sheffy with some protection. Kolka tries to escape. He dropped the ball and then lands right back on the pigskin. It was knocked out of his hands by Demir Maxwell. And then Kolka falls back on the football, and that ends the opening half. They will happily take it to the locker room after that.
The presence of mind to him to look for that football and then dive on it for the youngster.
Not the prettiest end of the second quarter for State College, but they have a 13-12 lead going into the locker room. And I'm pretty sure if you told Matt Lintel that coming in, the way his sophomore quarterback performed right off the hop tonight, he'd be pretty happy with their effort.
He would have said, where do I sign for that? And, boy, physical game, just what we expected. Physicality. We saw some good speed. It's been a good football game so far.
Yeah, a terrific football game. State College and Harrisburg, a pair of titans here in the state. Class 6A, the big boys squaring off here. And State College with a 13-12 lead here at the half as Jeff Page ready to go with State College head coach Matt Lintel down on the field.
And we will announce the winning number. The winner can pick up your winnings at the cheer table next to the concession stand.
Tale of two quarters. First quarter came out strong. Second quarter, of course, they punched back. What do you think so far?
Yeah, excited about where our kids are right now. We're in a great game. This is a battle. We want to know where we're at this point in the season, and to be here with a 1-point lead going into the second half, I'm really pleased. So we got to clean some things up here in the second half and come out and try to get this job done.
Real quick, Coach, what's the message at halftime?
Just keep doing what we're doing. Obviously we got to clean a couple things up. We're getting some pressure on the quarterback and struggling to get the ball down the field because of that. But our kids are doing a good job. They're fighting, they're competing, and I'm really proud of them.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck to you.
That's one of the best head coaches in all high school football across all 50 states right there, Matt Lintel. He's done a great job with State College. Great place to be on a Friday night. Look at that. Where else would you rather be? Still a whole half to play. State College up 1 here on the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture.
The Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to not sit back, not to relax, but stand up and make some noise and enjoy the amazing sound.
Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Last time you got
Sausage, bacon,
Chicken, spinach,
beef, buffalo sauce.
What are you gonna get this time? Get Domino's $9.99 Best Deal Ever before it's gone.
Things are getting clearer. I feel free to bare my skin, yeah, that's all me. Nothing is everything. Whoa.
This was no crime of passion. This was a premeditated murder.
Sometimes the dead do speak.
Law and Order Toronto Criminal Intent. Series premiere September 24th.
I love my work caring for people. I often assist women who struggle with urinary incontinence, women who have fallen
4, 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 and 5 is what? 11. So I learned magic partly to defend myself. I did close-up magic for years, and that's kind of what I became known for. Now I like to go a little weirder, go a little bigger. I do stuff with a lot of borrowed objects like phones, I do some pickpocketing. And when I do card magic now, I like to add some strange new elements, as Penn and Teller are hopefully about to see. My handle is Useless Talent Guy, because I embrace the idea that magic doesn't really serve any useful purpose aside from to make people smile. But tonight, my magic does have a purpose, and that's to fool Penn and Teller. And if it does, I guess I'm the useful talent guy? I could get used to it.
Making his way to the Fool Us stage from Atlanta, Georgia is Sean Ridgway.
All right, thank you guys so much for having me. It's an absolute pleasure to be here, and thank you to Penn and Teller for joining me on the stage. So they say to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So tonight, not only am I gonna try to win a trophy, but I'm gonna try to do it in the most challenging way possible. By encouraging you both, and by giving you many opportunities to try and screw up my trick.
Okay. We're good at that.
There you go. Okay, so Teller, we'll start with you. This folded up purple card is my big finale. Your job is to keep your eye on that card, okay? And if you see any funny business, you let me know, and then congratulations, you've screwed up my trick, okay? But if you're watching here, you're not gonna be paying attention to anything else going on over here. So the dilemma. And for Penn, for you, I have a box of matches. Go ahead and hold out your hand. With one single match inside, go ahead and place that back inside. Perfect. Now you're gonna hold on to this. You can put it in a pocket, wherever you want, just that I can't get to it.
The State High band still on the field here at halftime. And the Little Lions with a 13-12 lead. First quarter All-State College led 13-0. Harrisburg, couple of cracks at, even in that second quarter, taking the lead. Failed 2-point plays on each of their touchdowns. It's 13-12 State College here at the half on the Good Feet Stores Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture. Beautiful night here in Happy Valley. And Rick, terrific football game that's lived up to the hype.
It has physical. We've seen some great individual efforts, just talent all over the field for both of these teams. You think a guy is going to break away from the pack and somebody comes flying out and makes an open field tackle. Just so much talent on the field for both teams, and such an enjoyable game. And I'll tell you that 13-12, Brian, you know, that's where the lack of a kicking game obviously hurts you. I mean, because right now you could have the lead in this football game.
Well, we saw last year a 7-6 Harrisburg win, right? They've won 3 in a row against State College the last 3 years, dating back to a postseason win a couple of years ago. And it was 7-6. State College had cracks at a kick, and it just went Harrisburg's way. That could be the same case here tonight. You talked about talent on the field. Awesome work by both marching bands from Harrisburg High and State High here tonight. You're talking about some of those plays, too. Let's take a look back at the highlights from our opening half of action here in week number 3. The day started sunny, 79 degrees at kickoff. Some dignitaries in the house as well. And Hank Lustig, 1 yard out from Connor Kolka, got things started. Look at all the cameras behind the end zone on a night like this, too. These two teams squaring off. Lustig from 1 yard out, captain. Excellent opening drive for State College. 9 plays, 55 yards. Michael Shank starting to get in a rhythm at quarterback for Harrisburg without Messiah Mickens tonight. If you're just joining us, the excellent senior running back committed to Penn State, not in the lineup due to injury, but Shank took it himself from 1 yard out. That took a 13-0 State College lead, turned it into 13-6. And then Shank through the air again, just continued to get in rhythm. Elias Coates had a big opening half here. 5 catches, 56 yards for Coke. Shank 9 of 12, 114 yards. Does have an interception to go along with that Harrisburg offense. Kind of flashing back here. Connor Kolka taking it in for State College. Promise, it wasn't a seesaw. It was one quarter, then the other. But both quarterbacks, both running games, and Princeton Dent filling in well for Messiah Mickens tonight.
Princeton Dent has been terrific tonight. I mentioned it earlier that him and Messiah Mickens, they are each other's biggest cheerleaders. They both root for each other. If they see something, they'll point it out. And you look at the numbers, Brian, pretty evenly played football game.
Until that second quarter, Rick, where Harrisburg outgained State College 151-56. 55 of those 56 yards for the Little Lions came on the one run by Connor Kolka. Otherwise, just 30 rushing yards tonight for State High. Deontay Sheffy's been relatively quiet. 6 carries, 26 yards. Princeton Dent, conversely, 87 of those 88 yards for Harrisburg, 15 carries, 1 catch, 5 yards as well for Dent, who's been a big factor with Mickens out.
You know, Sheffy got off to the great start carrying the football for State College, and they kind of got away from him a little bit and started going to the air a little bit more, and we'll see if they get back to him in the second half.
Well, why not? Their quarterback's been in a rhythm on a great night for football, great night for running and throwing the football as well. When we come back, we'll have second half action coming your way. 13-12, State College up here in a battle of the unbeatens on the Good Feet Stores Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture.
Yonder Mountain Conservation Company. Candy and a variety of drinks. On our visitor side, by gate G, we are also offering grab-and-go drink and snack items for your convenience. As a reminder, we were asked to help us leave our grounds better than we found them by placing all trash and waste in the garbage cans located throughout the stand.
Both teams taking the field here in State College. Brian Tripp call, Jeff Page, our outstanding Friday Night Rivals crew, part of our Sports Fever television network staff as well. State College up 13-12 in this battle of the unbeatens. It's early, both teams 2-0. A true measuring test for a young State College team tonight. They threw the first punch. Harrisburg fought back in that second quarter with a dozen points of their own. That's what you expect when a couple of heavyweights get together.
Yeah, it was like a heavyweight battle. You know, the State College got the first couple of jabs in, and Harrisburg was able to survive those jabs and get themselves righted and throw a couple jabs of their own, and through 2 rounds, pretty even.
Well, Calvin Everett and his team have battled adversity this year. They've played some really tough opponents. The same case again here tonight. And the Harrisburg High head coach getting ready with Jeff Page down on the field right now with his thoughts on what was a really entertaining opening half. I have a feeling he's going to say tough first quarter, really good second quarter, but we'll find out right now with Jeff.
Coach, a lot of talent on both sides of the field tonight. Tough first half. What did you see that you liked from your guys in the first half?
We bounced back after a slow start. You know, the first quarter we went down 14-0. However, we fought back, and, you know, we were able to make some adjustments and get within 1 point.
What was the message at halftime for the second half, Coach?
Just keep fighting. Keep fighting. You know, we started off slow, and we just got to continue to keep fighting like we did in the second quarter.
We'll let you get back at it. Thank you very much. Good luck to you.
All right, thanks to Jeff Page down there, Coach Everett on the side. You can hear how loud it is down there as well from Jeff's mic as he's interviewing Calvin Everett and the great atmosphere that we have here tonight. Let's take a look at our injury report brought to you by Berger and Green, the injury and disability lawyers. If you're just joining us and tuning in for a great second half, no Messiah Mickens, though, for Harrisburg tonight, and that's not an insignificant injury. They're without one of the best players in all of Pennsylvania and one of the best running backs across the country who's headed to Penn State.
Yeah, and he's also a great defensive end, and he's very intense out there. That's the word his coach used. Kevin Brown filling in for him on that defensive end, and they're missing him on both sides of the football.
One guy that's really stepped up on defense, Demir Maxwell, in place of him along that defensive line, along with Brown, who left in that first half, came right back. A couple of guys bumped up, but no significant other injuries tonight. Mickens, 64 total career touchdowns coming into tonight's game. So, yeah, they're missing him a little bit, even though it's been a really good game and Dent's played well so far. Next week's matchup, and this is brought to you by Thomas Mills. We're on Charge next week on Friday, September 12th, 7 o'clock Central at Bellwood Antis. Bellwood Antis, we saw last year starting that turnaround. We go back to the Laurel Highlands, and they've had a really nice start to this 2025 season.
Yeah, they have. And Central's always a good football team, and their longtime head coach retired. And we always enjoyed talking to him, Brian. Always such a great guy.
Yeah, Dave Baker did a great job there for years. That's brought to you by Thomas Feed Mill. Charge can be watched over the air on 6.2, Breezeline, channel 115, Comcast 1169 or 187. As you grab your tuner there. Our live streaming tonight is brought to you by UPMC as we welcome our audience joining us virtually, digitally, whatever you may say. Our digital sponsor for tonight's broadcast and our streaming sponsor is UPMC.
Well, I know we have some people watching on WJCTV.com here tonight. The family of Kevin Brown. They wanted to know how to tune in.
Awesome. Stay tuned. Later in tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. That is coming up in the fourth quarter. First things first, the third quarter here tonight. State College and Shane Markowski has it teed up, ready to kick it away. State College scored on its first 2 possessions. Harrisburg scored on its first 2 possessions of the second quarter. And off we go here in the third quarter from Memorial Field in State College. No chance to return that kickoff for the Harrisburg deep men, and the Cougars have had tough field position all night long. They'll start at their own 20 here against the Little Lion defense.
This will be their 4th of 5 possessions to start at their own 20. The other one started at their own 2.
That is the weapon that Markowski is. State College had an opportunity using all its timeouts with Harrisburg backed up at the end of the first half to perhaps get into his range for a field goal, but State College's offense really struggled in the second quarter. Harrisburg took over. They took over offensively in that second quarter as well. Outgaining State High 209 to 148 in the first half, but 151 of their 209 yards on offense coming in quarter number 2. Michael Schenk has been driving that offense all night long. Princeton Dent just thrown down right at the line of scrimmage by Rowan Zenobel.
1 yard gain on the play.
Yeah, Zenobel, boy, he laid the lumber right there. Right there. He's letting everybody know, guys, this is a game. This is a game. This is a close game. We got to play.
Got to come out and set the tone for the second half. He did that, as you see some of the numbers from tonight's game flashing at the bottom of your screen right there. Dent had 47 yards in week 1 in a win against Emotep, and then the big game last week in relief of Mickens. Tried to get going through the air, and there's contact over the middle of the pass, incomplete in the direction of Trey's Walker. A.J. Fry had the coverage, no flag, and a 3rd and long for Harrisburg here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, he was definitely asking for the flag when he was on the ground. You saw it, but none forthcoming.
Walker goes out. And this is where, Schenk wants to get the football to Elias Koch. Had 50 catches, 10 touchdowns to pace the mighty Cougars last year. Team leading receiver coming into the night. And Koch had a big first half here tonight for Harrisburg. Must get out to the 30 for a first down. Little pressure off the end. They look for Koch, and along the sideline, incomplete, nearly picked off by State College. Kellen Williams with a little toe drag swag, but was on the paint. And State College forces a 3 and out, and there was that double coverage on number 1.
Yeah, and he wanted a penalty because he got bumped on the play, and play was allowed to continue. No flag on it.
Almost a Levin Furniture Play of the Game nominee there, with Williams almost made the great catch. Probably haven't talked enough about him tonight and what he means to this State College high school football team. Well, how's that to set the tone for the second half? A first half dominated by the offenses. See where this goes in half number 2. Hank Lustig, the deep man here on the punt. Koch angles it near the home sideline. Lustig lets it go, and it checks up right near the 50-yard line. And State College again will start in Harrisburg territory here on their first possession of the second half.
This will be their third drive to begin in plus territory.
And Rick, what's that do for an offense?
Starting in plus territory, I mean, it's short field. I mean, you feel like you're halfway home already. You just, I think you have a little bit of confidence just coming off the sideline.
And it's a team that played with great energy and confidence right off the bat tonight, despite being a younger team. Lost some key leaders, and Matt Lintell said this is a group that has just been so impressive over the course of the first couple of weeks. But Gateway and Altoona are one thing. Big Harrisburg's in town tonight. Second-ranked team in the state, according to PA Football News. State College, the 10th-ranked team in the Commonwealth. Deontay Sheffy looks to get on track here in the second half. 4-yard pickup. That's a good first down run as he's brought down by Rick Brown.
I think that's a good call right there. Try to get Sheffy reestablished in this football game.
He is one of the great players in the area. Ran for 200 yards last week. Almost 200 yards. Just 197 in week number 1 against Gateway. Just look at the outstanding numbers he had. He put up 1,700 yards, 22 touchdowns as a freshman for State High. Battled injuries the next year, transferred to Harrisburg. Now he's back here in State College playing with his brother Anthony, who's a big-time player on the O-line and D-line. Goes up the gut for 4 more here, and it'll be a 3rd and 2.
And again, back to Sheffy, right up the gut. That's just telling your offensive line to try to lead the way for you and reestablish the physical aspect of this football game, and I thought he actually got another yard.
His brother is right there, 56 Anthony Sheffy, lined up next to C.J. Clemens. Luke Melito has slid over. He's playing center right now for State College. Matt Lintell's got 6 or 7 that he can rotate on that O-line. Sheffy up the middle, and Sheffy scurries his way for 5+ and a first down. That's brought to you by UMH Properties. Live better. Start sooner with UMH Properties. Visit UMH.com.
That is a State High first down.
And State College with this great field position. Down inside the 35 already.
And reestablishing the run. That's a good thing right there for State College to do. And commit more guys to the run defensively if you're Harrisburg. That can open things up downfield for you.
We'll see, too, on that read option if Harrisburg respects Colca more after the 55-yard run back in the second quarter, which was all of State College's offense in quarter number 2. And on the exchange, Sheffy never had a clean handle on the football. It's on the turf. Harrisburg's got it. And the Cougars take it away. Demir Maxwell again comes out of the pile with the pigskin. And just Sheffy never had a handle on the football.
Again, a big mistake right there for State College. We saw them driving in the first half. A big penalty set them back. And right there, the turnover, their first of the game. Here's another look.
Now, he never had a handle on that football, and it skipped right to Maxwell. Great opportunity here for Harrisburg, and they dodge a bullet with that starting field position there for State College.
And this is Harrisburg's best starting field position of the night.
And that's saying something because they're still backed up at their own 35. Calvin Everett dial things up over there on the sideline. George Brown, the offensive coordinator for Harrisburg. Everett, who played a couple of years at East Pennsboro, then transferred to Harrisburg, coaching at his alma mater. Played collegiately at Florida A&M and wrapped it up at Millersville. Princeton Dent right after the takeaway. He sprints his way and knifes for 6 and a really good first down carry brought down by Trace Brennan.
Well, the one thing I'm seeing about Dent tonight is that first step. He gets the football, there's a guy right on him, and he's able to make that first step and just make somebody miss and take off.
Right back to the line, but it's always a check with me on the sideline. You wonder at some point tonight, Rick, if Harrisburg's going to go with that tempo.
Looks like State College is a little confused defensively right now. Now they get aligned.
Kellen Williams, one of the guys in the secondary, probably helping Bainey's group get lined up there for State College. And he's going to help bring down Dent, who has 10 yards and a UMH Properties first down. Brennan also in on the tackle.
He always looks like he's running downhill, Brian, does he not?
Yeah, he is. He runs with force, and he's a big, strong kid.
He's that combination of size, speed, agility. Not a bad duo they have back there when Messiah Mickens is healthy.
No, that's one of the better ones that I think you'd see across not just the state, but across the entire country. He's a guy who's bounced around too. You know, high school sports like college sports are different today. He's played at Cedar Cliff and Trinity, and now back here at Harrisburg and putting on a show here tonight. Princeton Dent pulled out of bounds by his jersey, and the flag flies. Extracurriculars along the far side of the field. Dent had 9. He's a yard shy of the first. But we'll have to check on the penalty marker here as a couple of players got together.
State College number 24, 15-yard penalty for an end run.
Titus Brown was tied up with Noah Williams of State College, and Noah Williams always that retaliation. Second party gets caught. That's a critical penalty against the Little Lions.
That's their third one of the night, and they've all been costly. And Dent's over the 100-yard mark, 17, I beg your pardon now, for 107.
Yeah, he is having a big night, and that puts the football all the way down to the 24. Harrisburg, after just a tough first quarter, sloppy, undisciplined, now playing its best football of the night. Wide open on the perimeter. Into the hands of Lewis Dillard and into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars! They have roared back, and Lewis Dillard takes it in from 24 yards out. Shank to Dillard, and Harrisburg has its first lead.
And that looked too easy. And nobody went with him. He just went across the field. Nobody went with him. Shank put it right on the numbers. He looked up, and he had nothing to do but run it into the end zone. No one to beat, really.
That quick passing game has plagued the State College defense all year long. A 5-point lead after the score. Harrisburg 0 for 2 on 2-point tries so far here in the game. That touchdown brought to you by the Good Feet store. It's a Levin Furniture Play of the Game nominee as well.
Such a well-designed play.
Such an experienced group. That experience playing off here. Down to Baker's dozen to start, and they have not blinked.
Yeah, they have not at all.
More conventional 2-point play this time and into the end zone. Lewis with the 2-point conversion. Back in that familiar spot, taking the snap, and that makes it a 7-point Harrisburg lead. 7:21 to go in the third quarter. The Cougars race in front for the first time here on the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture. That State College sideline puzzled right now. 20 unanswered for Harrisburg here on the road, trying to spoil a raucous atmosphere at Memorial Field tonight. And with 7:21 to go in the third quarter, Harrisburg, a pair of touchdowns in the second quarter and finally convert on a 2-point play. Here in this third quarter, open up a 7-point lead. And you have Michael Shank now 11 for 16, 145 yards, a touchdown, and an early pick tonight. He has bounced back after that early interception. Complete command of this Harrisburg offense, even without Messiah Mickens.
Yeah, he's looked very sharp, and efficient is the word we use to talk about him coming into tonight. He's been nothing short of very efficient here tonight. He was able to put that. You have to have a short memory, like a pitcher in baseball. That pick didn't seem to faze him, and as you said, Brian, he's able to bounce back and lead this offense.
Adam Leskowitz has nullified Deontay Sheffy in the return game for State College as he kicks it into the end zone. And State College backed up to its own 20-yard line. And for the first time tonight, State College finds itself with the football and playing from behind, as this Harrisburg defense has been shut down here over the last 18 minutes of football. Why have they been able to lock down State College's O?
I think they just made the proper adjustments, and they kind of took Sheffy out of the game, and they're forcing the sophomore quarterback to make some plays. And he's capable of making them, but boy, they just have so much speed on defense, Harrisburg does, and they make it so difficult for you.
Great combination of speed and size. You got Josiah Johnson, shot right there in the middle, and Kolka pulls it out, keeps it himself, and he is drilled. Fortunately, he is okay as Amir Russell lowered the shoulder. It's a 5-yard pickup, and Rick, I think when you look at that size, and Sheffy, had he handed it off, had nowhere to go, so you got to try to use some of your speed on the edge.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Amir Russell, sophomore, first-year starter. They're really high on him.
We didn't even talk about, really, probably enough tonight, Kevin Brown, the Penn State commit, number 74, and just his pure mass out there, and why they've bottled up Sheffy, trying to bounce his way through, gets a little shove from behind, and he's going to be a yard shy of the first down. It's a 4-yard pickup. Noah Ewell stops him a yard shy of the first down.
And don't forget about that unsportsmanlike penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That's what plagued Harrisburg early, but ever since, Calvin Everett's team has kept its composure.
And State College kind of lost theirs a little bit on their last defensive series as they gave Harrisburg a free 15 yards.
Some of that senior leadership from Brown and Noah Ewell on defense. Lewis, Koch, right? That's where you got to lean on those guys. Almost feels like a gotta have it for State College, and Deontay Sheffy's got a little muscle with that speed. Picks up 2. It's a first down brought to you by UMH Properties. Would you agree it felt like a gotta have it moment?
Brian, we talked about it earlier when State College scored again to go up 13-0. We talked about, Harrisburg. We just felt like they needed something right there, and they did. Right now I feel the same way about State College. They need to get this crowd back into it too.
Especially all backed up inside their own territory. Fresh set of downs after the first down. Kolka dropped the ball, picked it up, and then Code dropped the ball.
Slippery pigskin.
Pass intended for the near Code is incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Talks to Joe Nastasi down there on the sideline, one of his coaches, and that play seemed doomed from the get-go.
It sure did.
A little too much butter on the popcorn from the concession stand at halftime. Not sure if that's starting to be the sign of a younger team starting to show. Kolka has looked anything but a sophomore, making his really first prime-time big start against big boys from Harrisburg tonight, and those big boys up front starting to take over for the Cougars. Rashad Wright. He is setting the tone at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Nowhere to go there for Sheffy. And just getting good penetration and getting off your blocks.
Numbers starting to add up for that Harrisburg offense. State College's offense needs a response. This is a big spot for the sophomore. Backed up, 3rd and 10. Don't want to make a critical mistake. Obviously wants to make the big play. Look one way, go back the other, and there is nothing there for Demir Code. He is dropped right at the line of scrimmage by Jayon Lewis. And Harrisburg's defense just has set the tone here to start the second half. A terrific stop by the Cougars.
Brian, you see the difference in the space that the receivers are getting. State College playing back the Harrisburg receivers and coming up and tackling the catch. Harrisburg playing really tight coverage on the outside.
I'll tell you where I can see the difference too, Rick. Body language.
They just look more confident right now.
There's a whistle and a timeout. It's taken by Calvin Everett in Harrisburg. Their first of the second half with 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Harrisburg up 7, going to get it back here.
That might have been a personnel situation right there for Harrisburg, not having the right guys on the field.
And Murkowski's a great athlete. You do have to watch with that rugby-style punt that he'll run with the football. It's got to be a group that feels good about their response.
No, they have to. There's no question about it. They, a young team and a team that maybe is not so good comes into a building like this. They fall behind 13-0 early. Maybe they pack their bags. This Harrisburg team, a veteran team, really good football team, they didn't really blink. And you're seeing it right now on the scoreboard as they have scored, as you said earlier, Brian, 20 unanswered.
That cumulative experience pays off, right? All the way to a state semifinal last year, lost a heartbreaker to Central Catholic. Their 3 losses last year: LaSalle College in the opener, Cumberland Valley, their only mid-pen loss, and then Central Catholic in the state semis. They played a powerhouse schedule this year and a powerhouse schedule year after year. Kick angled to the sideline. We'll see where they mark it here after the Markowski kick. And it's to be spotted at the 38-yard line in Harrisburg. Rick, if I'm not mistaken, right? Best field position
Yes, it will be.
Of the night for the Cougars. Well, here they go, right? This is now a chance for them just to grab a stranglehold in the football game.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Just like we talked about, Harrisburg needed to step up earlier when they fell behind. State College needs someone to step up and make a play for them right now.
Doing it without Messiah Mickens tonight. Number 2 ranked team in the state, according to PA Football News, just behind LaSalle College. Right there is St. Joe's Prep, Pittsburgh Central Catholic, Parkland from District 11, and Emotep at the top of the ranking. State College coming into the night, number 10, looking for an upset and to capitalize with Messiah Mickens out. I think regardless for State College, they're a young team. They'll learn a lot, and this will pay dividends down the road. into the hands of the dangerous Lewis Dillard. Already 1 touchdown tonight. Lewis Dillard all the way to the pylon. Did he get there? Touchdown, Harrisburg! Lewis Dillard, 62 yards. The play of the night.
And I think it might be coming back.
Yeah, that flag, Rick, you spotted it right back near midfield. And it is indeed coming back against the Cougars. And the hold was on Titus Brown.
And it was kind of away from the play, too.
Yeah. Freshman tight end. I did not see the flag come in. Good spot of the laundry on your part. There it is. Critical mistake to erase, I'm sure, what would have been a hold-aided touchdown run when we get a look at it, but perhaps a hold-aided touchdown run in what was a Levin Furniture Play of the Game nominee. That's wiped off the books.
And the 5th penalty of the night against Harrisburg.
Almost like a cat with, no pun intended, with the Little Lions, but a cat with 9 lives right now. State College gets another chance. A little confusion here at the line. Play clock under 10. Schenk has complete confidence of his team. Gets them lined up. That's one of his strengths, along with throwing the football. Princeton Dent picks up 3 or 4. Still going.
Princeton Dent on the carry for Harrisburg.
Trace Brandon, Luke Melito, with their noses in there.
They've made a lot of tackles tonight. You've called Melito's name a good bit. He's had a really strong game for State College.
2nd and 7, Cougars.
And going to need a really strong final 15 minutes if the Little Lions want a chance to come from behind. He's playing up front with Matt Gall, one of the leaders this year after his brother served as captain last year for State College. Schenk going deep, wide open, behind the defense. Touchdown, Lewis! 59 yards.
With the 59-yard touchdown catch from Michael Schenk.
And Harrisburg takes a 2-score lead.
Blown coverage. Nobody went with him. Wide open. Right down the seam.
Schenk with a pair of touchdown passes here in the 3rd quarter. And that gets the Harrisburg sideline fired up as we take a look at our Crawford Gift Shop fan cam. Crawford Gift Shop, your black and gold headquarters. Check them out online at crawfordgiftshop.com.
Yeah, blown coverage. Nobody went with him. He was wide open. And I'll tell you what, give Schenk a lot of credit. He didn't really overreact to the situation. Just laid a perfect ball out there and allowed his receiver to run right into it.
And now more trouble for Harrisburg on the point after try, and it is Schenk who recovers it. This game needs Sean McDonough here tonight to say trouble with the snap. And no, I will not do my impersonation. Vendemia for State College was lurking for the football. 2:48 to go, 3rd quarter. Harrisburg up 26-13. State College, you know what, they're playing tight at the line, and all of a sudden, maybe that's why they're playing back all night long. Yeah. Harrisburg popped one.
Yeah, that's a good point. They might have been doing that, but somebody missed an assignment there and let Lewis run free in that secondary.
Lewis, 4 catches, 101 yards tonight. Schenk now 12 of 17, 204 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Also started the scoring for Harrisburg. They've scored 26 unanswered with a 1-yard touchdown run. Look at that sideline, just business down there for Harrisburg. This is what they're accustomed to, playing winning football. Still a long way to go, but a mighty hole that State College now faces. Finally a chance to return one of these kicks. Amir Code. Not sure you're going to outrace Harrisburg, and he is strung over towards the sideline and run out of bounds by Lewis Dillard and company. You want to go north-south against this Cougar team.
Yep, no doubt about it. We've talked about it in the past. Get what you can. Just put the head down, go straight ahead. Code's a guy, they've done a nice job on defensively tonight. Harrisburg had it. Here it is again. Ran about 40 yards to pick up 2. But I'll tell you what, Code's a guy that I mentioned it. Harrisburg has done a really good job on him defensively. He's such a dangerous threat, and you haven't called his name a whole lot at all tonight, Brian.
There really hasn't been much for this State College offense. They took advantage of short fields early, but as effective and efficient as Kolka and company were early, it has been all Harrisburg here. 26 unanswered points, and they have bottled up Deontay Sheffy all night long. Gets to the edge here, though. Great block along the sideline by one of his wide receivers. And Deontay Sheffy all the way out to the 40-yard line. I'm not sure. I didn't see the flag come in, but yeah, it wasn't a great block. It was a hold, and it's coming back against the Little Lions. You could tell the way State College reacted that it was coming back. It was Damir Code, the guilty party. I did not see the flag on the field, and it nullified what was a great second effort run as Sheffy took to the edge.
Yeah, he bounced it to the outside, had the good speed, and unfortunately, for State College, it comes back.
Well, we have a moment, Rick. I would like to wish a happy birthday to one of the great folks in hospitality here in State College. Their athletic director, Lauren Crispel, who helped our crew get set up here today and is one of the great guys in the area, but would like to wish Lauren Crispel, the State High AD, a happy birthday. One of the best that there is here in central Pennsylvania and beyond. It's fun getting out here, seeing the principals. We don't always have principals coaching. The ADs at different schools tend to meet everyone that's integral to these local communities. Kolka was not in the end zone as he threw it. There were blockers downfield. I'm not sure there was a receiver there. And the Harrisburg sideline saying the same thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm not sure. Well, he was out of the pocket, but those linemen were 10 yards downfield. Take a look at one of tonight's West Central Equipment line mowers. And there he is, big 74, Kevin Brown, playing a little extra here tonight, getting more reps on defense with Messiah Mickens out. He's going to Penn State. He's going to be a big-time recruit. He's a big-time player, and his future head coach, James Franklin, here watching him tonight.
He has a motor that just never stops, and he just goes all out every play, loves the game.
Part of a very big and very experienced offensive and defensive line for Harrisburg, which is part of the reason they've taken over. State High can't get any push up front offensively.
I mentioned Code early, had the penalty there. He only has one catch in this football game, and he is such a dangerous threat, and Harrisburg has done a good job of negating him.
Eventually, Jerry Hocker and his crew did throw a flag there. We could hear the announcement here in the stadium, but Harrisburg declines the penalty and instead settles for 2nd and 20. State College going the wrong way back at the 14-yard line. Young group that is now getting some tough growing pains here. Almost deja vu. Good throw by Kolka on the run, and the catch by Code made inbounds. No? Incomplete, out of bounds. And now 3rd and 20.
Yeah, they have dug themselves a hole here in this particular situation.
Right off the end that time, applying the pressure, the guy we just talked about. One of our line mowers.
You love it when you sing a guy's praises and he comes up and does something on the next play for you.
I want to say it happens more often than not, but
it doesn't.
Usually it's the other way around. It's the broadcaster's curse. Try to catch that defense off balance. Doesn't matter. Deontay Sheffy really has nowhere to go. Brought down by Isaac John Lewis, tracking him down from the D-line. Harrisburg is now dominating the football game. Credit to the Cougars. They have come in here, taken a big uppercut, and now they have taken over.
Yeah, they have not scored on their last 6 possessions. State College has not. 4 punts, a fumble, and then that one at halftime.
Big spot here for Shane Markowski. Try to flip the field again. Trouble with the snap. His knees were down at the 2-yard line, and Harrisburg will start with it. 1st and goal from the 2. He tried to recover and kick it away, but in high school football, once your knee goes down like the college game, play is blown down.
Best starting field position of the night, Brian?
Well played. Here. Well played. And that right there feels, still a long way to go. That feels that feels like the end here for State
That feels
College.
like a death knell. It does.
They're
It
a young
really
team
does.
that's made some mistakes. Look, they're going to get a lot out of this. Matt Littell told us before the game, where they are 3, 4, 6 weeks from now, that's going to be the team.
Yep.
And what they did in the first quarter, if they can do that, they can beat anyone. But unfortunately, the last 25 minutes of this football game has been a really talented, really good team just taking over. And at some point, that youth shows. Lewis will take the snap here back in. And Lewis goes right up the middle. Touchdown, Harrisburg. All Cougars. 32 unanswered points after that Good Feet Store touchdown.
2-yard touchdown run. And that might be it. I see some fans in front of me getting up and maybe heading for the exits here.
Still 1:40 to play in the third quarter. It's the third Harrisburg touchdown of the quarter. 5 touchdowns unanswered. You had the Shank run, the Dent run, a couple of long touchdown passes from Shank to Dillard, then Lewis, and now Lewis runs it in.
See if they can convert on the 2-pointer again here. They've only managed to do that one time tonight.
And they go back to Lewis out of this formation to use his legs, taunting the defense as he walks in for 2. 34-13, Harrisburg, dominant looking every bit. The number 2 team in Pennsylvania here over the last 2 quarters.
They're as good as advertised, and they are deep, and that's part of what we talked about earlier. They have so much depth, Brian. They stay fresh during the game. They can substitute so many guys in and out. They can keep people fresh, and they just wear you down. And that's what they do. They wear you down and wear you out eventually.
And by the way, doing it without maybe the number 1 player in the state here tonight.
Yep, and that's just another testament to the depth that they have.
What a job by Calvin Everett and his crew. They have not flinched even without Messiah Mickens. Fall behind 13-0, 34-0 run since. All those points coming in the second and third quarters for mighty Harrisburg. And the kick bounces and bounces into the end zone.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback.
So a touchback in State College. Right, the entire script has flipped here. State College has made a couple of mistakes. They look a little young. Tougher field position. And it's just unraveled a little bit on this young group. But this is where I think Matt Littell's probably challenging his team, right, Rick? What's he saying down there right now?
I would think he's saying, play every play like it's a tie football game still. We have to continue playing and continue getting better, continually developing his young talent. That's what Matt Littell does probably as well as any coach we know.
Yeah, he has done an unbelievable job here at State College. And every rep under the bright lights on Friday night against a team of this caliber, incredibly important in the long run this year. Connor Kolka throws. Damier Codes got it. He makes one man miss, and he picks up 11 yards and a first down. That first down brought to you by UMH Properties. Demir Maxwell makes the stop.
He was the first man there, and then a whole host of other Cougars came over to help him out.
Is it a host of Cougars, a pack of Cougars, a pride of Cougars?
That's a fair question. You know what a group of crows is? I'm going to challenge you right here.
That's a question you'd ask when one team scored 34 unanswered.
It's actually a murder of crows.
I don't even want to know how you know that. Deontay Sheffy for one.
It was actually a movie I saw back in either late 90s or early 2000s with Cuba Gooding Jr., a movie called A Murder of Crows. Really good movie. Ever get a chance, check that out.
I'm going to interrupt you and tell you that Titus Brown made the tackle.
I got the fill-in material ready to go.
This could be the final play, mercifully perhaps, of this third quarter. Dominated by Harrisburg, trailed 13-12 coming into the quarter. Deep shot, Demir Code behind the defense. Kolka off the fingertips of Code, who nearly took it to the house. There is a flag on the play. Initial indication is against the defense. All the way back here near the line of scrimmage on this side of the field where Code was taken off. Oh, so close here to the home run.
It sure was.
What an arm for a sophomore.
Personal foul, hands to the face.
It is a hands to the face penalty against the Harrisburg defense. And it's a first down for State College, brought to you by UMH Properties. They're going to need some big plays, and they're going to have to. Not going to get many chances against a really good Harrisburg team. They did max protect there and took a shot. It was close, but play you going to need to make a couple of times down the stretch.
And they had single coverage on the outside with Code, who's really, really good.
Can absolutely run. Just a guy who's taken great strides again this year. And 16 catches, 334 yards last year. So Lazar last year was the anchor. 79 receptions, a record. Kolka, pressure, sidesteps, then throws back across. He had a wide open target. Just a little too high for Keen Furmanak, and there was no one near him.
I'm not sure Furmanak thought that ball was even for him. He just kind of shrugged it. Watch what he does here.
I was wondering if he was not lined up as an eligible receiver the way he reacted.
I was thinking the same thing. He didn't want to touch it almost. It looked like.
He may not have seen it coming out of Kolka's hands there behind that big offensive and defensive front. A couple of missed chances for State College.
Yeah, as you said, if he is an eligible receiver there and he's able to make that catch, he has a lot of turf in front of him.
Which he should be on that type of play. Kolka again rolling to buy time. This is just a blind heave over the middle and nearly intercepted on the play by Johnson. Juwan Johnson, the only man back there, and the pressure starting to get to Connor Kolka.
It looked like maybe they were trying to set up a middle screen there. It just really never materialized.
A couple of heaves here for State College, 2 near misses, and then a near miss on the Harrisburg side.
Our statistician Greg Helsel just texted me, according to IMDb, A Murder of Crows gets 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. So there you go. We're doing it all tonight.
I can't believe we went back to that. And now we've got another stoppage in the third quarter that, because of this discussion, look, we want to be here. We're loving what we're doing, but I can't wait for that. And a quarter commercial break to hit. Timeout State College here before a 3rd and 10, right? They have to, it's beyond have to have it at this point if they want any chance of coming back here in the football game. We've had a couple of close calls on this drive, but now a young team just hasn't executed the way they were earlier, where they're so efficient and effective.
Yeah, they were very efficient on the first couple of drives. Since then, you know, Harrisburg has really forced them out of their efficiency.
Well, we can pick from many here. Let's take a look at the Bud's Auto Sales drive of the quarter. Bud's Auto Sales. No one drives a better deal than Bud. Visit them at budsautosales.com. So which do you go with? I don't think you're going with the one-play 2-yard drive that was set up by the special teams miscue. Probably that first one that set the tone, right? Harrisburg, to start this quarter, they went 3 and out. State College turned it over. Then they went down the field, 24 yards. Schenk to Dillard. Finally took the lead. A couple of big plays since.
Yeah, that would be my choice as well. That one really, I think, had State College second guessing themselves.
Kolka gets some time, throws on the run. A flag will come in. Obvious contact on Lustig there from Juwan Johnson. And that draws the penalty marker. And the third quarter still not coming to a close. State College will have a first down here.
I think the Harrisburg sideline saying their legs just got tangled up.
Holding offense number 58. Pass interference defense number 3. Those penalties were all set. We'll replay 3rd down.
Yeah, the other flag was back at the 41-yard line in State College territory. Matt Gall, offensive lineman with Kolka again flushed immediately there. Harrisburg's front has taken over.
And that's the flag I didn't see. I saw the one for pass interference, obviously. I did not see that flag come out.
Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this will be the final play of the third quarter. Kolka Steps up in the pocket, it collapses, and Kolka collapses between a couple of defenders. He is sandwiched down on the play by Tavon Williamson. He's the one who finished him off over top. And that does bring us to the end of the third quarter. One dominated by Harrisburg. They trailed by one coming into the second half, trailing no more. It is a 34-13, 21-point Harrisburg lead after three quarters here from State College on the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture. Once again, congratulations to tonight's Scholar Athlete. USCO Federal Credit Union is recognizing high school seniors with great accomplishments in academics, athletics, and community service this season with the Scholar Athlete of the Year Scholarship Contest. The contest nominees will have a shot to win a $5,000 scholarship courtesy of USCO Federal Credit Union. Complete rules at wjctv.com/contest. Congratulations, Lila, representing State College Area High School. What has been a terrific night here at Memorial Field in downtown State College. Venue that saw its first football game September 25th, 1937. $10 million in renovations back in 2020. Seats more than 4,000 here, and fans lining the streets to take in this matchup between a couple of the top 10 teams in the state of Pennsylvania. Elias Koch switches the ball over to the outside hand. Good fundamentals as Trace Brennan and company run them out. Harrisburg again with the football. 34 unanswered points. All Cougars to start this fourth quarter. And if it's not over yet, they have a chance here to really put it away. But this is where you expect Princeton Dent to take over. Just, this guy's a great athlete, Elias Koch.
He is. I mean, that's Division I speed right there.
His coach said he contributes in all three phases. We've seen that here tonight, including as the punter. In high school, you have those Swiss Army knife guys. Not everyone's going to be Travis Hunter at the next level.
What was that tight end from Penn State, Warren?
Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren. He was kind of that guy, too.
You are the only person in this stadium.
I couldn't think of his first name.
We're in State College tonight, Rick. That's a bad night to forget the first name.
I could not think of his first name.
But if it was a Pitt Panther, you would have been all over that one.
Well, that might have been a block in the back right there. Sorry.
Yeah, no flag is thrown.
Wow.
Big collision, though. Kellen Williams able to knock down, and Matt Gall also there knocking down Trey's Walker, who was on the wrong end of that heavy collision. There is no flag, though. It's an 8-yard pickup.
And you see the reaction from the Harrisburg bench. They wanted that play flagged.
I think both teams, every player, looking for a little help, right? I'm so impressed with Michael Shank.
Oh, he's been terrific. He's so efficient, and he throws the ball so well. I mean, he throws it on a line. I mean, and he showed some touch tonight when he's had to too. But you can see the strong arm that he possesses.
We've seen in those goal-to-go situations in the two-point plays how dangerous Jan Lewis is with his legs, his dual-threat ability. This is a guy here at quarterback Shank who has waited his turn for this opportunity. Great trip up there by Kellen Williams in the backfield to bring down Princeton Dent for a 1-yard loss. But Shank's a great story of patience, perseverance, and just earning the trust of your teammates and coaches to get the reins of one of the best teams. We've said it all night long in Pennsylvania, but honestly, the entire country at the high school level.
Yeah, no question about it. And he had a great offseason. As coach said, he really studied hard, he worked hard, and he prepared himself for this.
His growth, his command, and doing it tonight against another great opponent, State College. They have run the gauntlet here to start. Emotep, Bishop McDevitt, State College, and it looks like coming out of it 3-0, despite a little adversity in each game. Going deep over the middle again for Lewis. He dives. It's incomplete. Late help coming in underneath for State College by A.J. Fry. Lewis, again with that separation from the secondary with his speed. I don't know if you saw it too. Koch was wide on the play, but decided to take a shot for number 5.
He came open right at the end too, just couldn't secure the football. First year head coach Calvin Everett, when his first year in Harrisburg, his team went 1-9. That tells you what kind of job he's done turning this program around.
And there's a lot of, I think everyone knows, there's a lot of dynamics at play there. It is a tough place. He has the respect. He's the AD at the school. And Shank has his kick blocked, and it is picked up, going the other way. Look at goal, the moment of a lifetime for the big guy. Touchdown.
Well, if anybody on State College deserves it more than him, I don't know who it is. What a job he did right there. What speed he put on.
An integral part of this State College team. Matt Gall saved that football. Touchdown State College, a spark on special teams. Very unconventional, but it gives them a little life here. Let's watch it again. Just no depth. It was that short kick and a clean scoop and score. That's a big man touchdown. Trace Brennan had the block.
Boy, look how happy his teammates are. They getting rewarded for that.
And a chance here to make it a 14-point game. An offense that has done very little ever since that first quarter because of the Harrisburg defense. All of a sudden, State College is back within 2 scores, 34-29, 52 to go. Stay right here. Friday Night Rivals presented by Levin Furniture.
Like it, Brad. I know
Fans inside the please stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
Rip off. The blocked punt. Trace Brennan blocked it. And Matt Gall scooped it up and took it back. And that makes it a 34-20 ball game. Shane Markowski set to kick it away. Harrisburg has a lot of bodies up closer to midfield here. See if State College elects, I would suspect, with plenty of time left. No, he is just going to try to pooch kick, angle it towards the sideline, takes a weird carom, and the Little Lions have the football. Back-to-back plays on special teams. Mason Evans recovers the kickoff, and State College is in business.
What great execution. Perfectly placed kick, backspin, it hopped right up for him. Unbelievable job.
9:52 to go, plenty of time, and State College with awesome field position again. And how about the way that this game has just been flipped upside down over the last two plays?
Special teams has done the job. Here's another look at it right here. Watch the kick, placed perfectly, the perfect bounce.
And Evans out races the Harrisburg return team, and Trace Walker was the only man who had an opportunity for Harrisburg to that football. See if Matt Lintel and Connor Kolka go for the jugular right here. They have all the momentum. Deontay Sheffy, always dangerous to spring one. You can see he's got the mojo back. One of the better runs tonight for Sheffy, 8 yards. And he's taken down finally at the 21-yard line. Maxwell, as well as Josiah Johnson, bring him down.
And no huddle here for State College.
Their defense has not had an answer for Harrisburg here, but Deontay Sheffy zigzagging inside the 20. Based on the spot, still going to be a half-yard shy of the first. Ran into Rick Brown in the middle of that defense.
That first move he made as soon as he got handed the football enabled him to get the yardage that he was able to get.
Not great, though, when you have to make that first move in the backfield.
Yeah, that's good penetration right there by that Harrisburg defensive line, and they've been so good tonight.
Rashad Wright in the middle's had a great game. Izzy Mitchell, 44. Back to Sheffy, and depends on the spot. Late lean. It looks like the initial indication is he's short here.
Yeah, he might be short by about the length of the football.
Rick Brown made the tackle. And State College, they are going to stop the clock and bring out the chains. But, Rick, I think he's short.
I think he is, too.
They'll have to bring him all the way across the field.
I think he's going to be short by about half a yard, maybe the length of the football.
So here comes the chain gang. Look out. Little hopscotch. How about State College, though? Just to pick themselves up from where they were to get back in this football game on a pair of special teams play. It's all three phases all the time, right?
It is. It absolutely has to be, and it is short.
It was a lot closer than I expected. It was about, 6 or 7 chain links there, you can see.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit longer than that myself, and obviously State College going for it here. I mean, there's no...
And they have not run a play from under center like you see in modern football all night. So to get those 6-7 inches that they'll need for the first down, probably have to go a long way. Some people, actually a play called back in one of Harrisburg's more recent games, cannot aid the runner in high school football, so there is no brotherly shove or tush push. They do go under center here, looking to draw the defense off at first. Play clock still at 11 seconds. Furmanak takes the snap, leans left, first down, Keen Furmanak. Hasn't played a ton of quarterback this year. He's another guy they trust there, and back in a familiar spot for him under center, picks up the first down with his big frame.
Yeah, and I like the call right there.
Didn't need much. Harrisburg starting to celebrate like they stopped him.
I thought he got it too.
It looked like an easy first down for Furmanak off that left edge.
Official timeout.
Connor Kolka disgusted. And I think he has a right to complain.
Yeah, because they gave him really no gain on that at all.
It is up to the 19-yard. I think they did move the ball forward a bit, but I'm not sure that he got it. And they're stretching the chains out, and he is short. It is Harrisburg with the stand on 4th down. We'll have to get another look. Matt Lintel out on the field. Rarely do you see him that heated. He is out on the field being ushered to the sideline fighting for his team. We'll have to get another look from our crew here. Here is the look. Furmanek, hard to tell from that angle with pile of body. You can see where he is there.
He is with the football, yeah.
He's at the 18, but when did his knee go down? And Harrisburg takes over on downs. Again, tough from that angle. Lintel ushered back to the sideline. With the push of the O-line and Furmanek leading forward, he only needed 6 or 7 inches. I think the State College head coach has a great argument.
And he has a legitimate case there for sure.
Well, all that drama that we started to build up now it falls on State College's defense to stop Princeton Dent. Princeton Dent galloping, a flag flies in the direction of holding. He had 9.5. Walker made the tackle, probably coming back.
Offense number 78. Replay first down.
Jerry Hocker and company have been really busy here tonight. It's on Johnson, the big offensive lineman. And after that, he's got to check out. Still 8 minutes to play. With Harrisburg backed up, any type of takeaway here or stop for State College still gives them life. But that's some adversity there and something that's out of their control, really, that stalled their last drive.
I have that as the 7th penalty of the night on Harrisburg. All have been accepted.
Which is lower than their season average, but this crew has been flag happy here tonight. Some warranted, maybe not. Look at that burst from Princeton Dent into the secondary. Dragged down by Williams. Gets the penalty yardage back out to the 24. 14-yard run.
Well, Dent had some big carries last weekend late in the game to seal the victory for his team. And as you said, Brian, they're going to continue to turn and hand him the football.
Let's check out the Crawford Gift Shop Spirit Cam. Crawford Gift Shop, your black and gold headquarters. Check them out online at crawfordgiftshop.com. You always know where to turn when the band, cheerleaders, dancers, always bringing the spirit here on Friday Night Rivals, even late into a Friday evening.
Great crowd here tonight. This place is pretty well full, or at least it was at the start of the game.
A lot of maroon and gray. They thought their team had late life here in the football game. Tackle made by Trace Brennan on Johnson as he comes in for a pretty tired Princeton Dent, who had a big night, well over the century mark here tonight. 21 carries, 131 yards. That's 7 yards and a first down. It's brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet. And Dent has filled in admirably for Messiah Nickett.
He has been nothing short of terrific here tonight. And boy, his explosiveness, first couple of steps, seems like he can get the full speed in about 2 or 3 steps and just leave people in his dust.
Clock really becoming the enemy of the home team and the friend for Harrisburg High. Nowhere to go, and throw Johnson back late there. Matt Gall, who had the scooped up blocked punt, returned for a touchdown, led the charge. The extracurriculars there at the end came in from Rowan Walker. It's been a frustrating night for State College. You got to credit them. They had one personal foul, but even after that questionable spot, have not lost their cool. And you got to credit Harrisburg, a team that has been undisciplined in its first 2 games. Fell behind 13-0, and they've been excellent since.
I think the message from head coach Calvin Everett got through and said, hey, guys, we can't continue to do that.
Back into the hands of Princeton Dent. Made one man miss, then barrels into a defender out to the 40. Got the best of State College's Max Vendemia.
Sorry about that, Brian. He has some great vision. He just seems to be able to spot the opening so quickly, and he has that explosiveness in those first couple of steps to be able to get through it.
It's the skill set that he has to complement and take some of the workload off of Messiah Mickens. You start to take that workload off, and Mickens, if you want to play him at the end, where every other tackle is a tackle for loss or a sack, it makes things so different for Harrisburg. You wonder if Mickens would have gone tonight, too, if this is December, right? Like that's the sense that it's not something severe.
Yeah, I got that same feeling. Not long-term, maybe precautionary.
Princeton Dent, a lot of flags come in as he barrels out to the 47. Pickup of 9 and a first down brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet. And now we've got more flags after the whistle. Some unsportsmanlike conduct occurring, I believe. This crew will sort it out. We've heard from Jerry Hocker quite a bit.
Offense, number 74. After the play, personal foul, number 1, State College. We're going to go 10 yards and back up 15.
A.J. Fry, the personal foul that negates what would have been a negative play on the hold by Brown. And now they have to walk it back 10 to walk it forward 15 instead of just walking it forward 5.
It's the bizarro world.
It's the mechanics of the play. Somewhere in 4th grade math at Park Forest Middle School, Jeff Trinnell, who's up here tonight in the press box, is going to apply that to one of his lessons. Michael Shank's been awesome right there. You see him calming things down, getting them set up, thumbs up to his sideline, saying we're ready to go. What a comeback led by. It all started with his composure as the quarterback.
Yeah, no question about it. He threw that first pick. He was able to shrug it off, get himself calmed back down, get his team calmed down. And
trouble with the snap. It is loose. And did he have it? I think State College maybe on that football. It looked like Shank recovered it first. But no, it is State College on the football. And they still have just a little bit of life left.
I thought Shank got on it too, but apparently not. And another turnover.
Hank Lustig came out of the pile with the football. And this Harrisburg defense has to do it again. And remember the plays on special teams. You never know, Markowski. First things first, let's look back. Just ripped out of there. The guy who really made the play, Rowan Walker. And there's a taunting call against State College, or against Harrisburg. Not sure how you can taunt when your team just gave the ball away.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
It's maybe pointing at the scoreboard, but 4:08 left. 14-point game, and State College with the ball all the way down at the 15 is one play away from making a one-score game. Let's take a quick look at one of today's West Central Equipment line mowers, and that's Brown for Harrisburg, who's just been awesome. Kevin Brown, the senior, we talked about him a couple of times. The reason Harrisburg took over is because of the physicality and the size up front.
Yeah, they started controlling the line of scrimmage, and that really changed the flow of the football game.
This game has had a little bit of everything. Kind of reminds me of last night's NFL season kickoff. Had a season-ending injury and an ejection after the opening kickoff. Deontay Sheffy. State College has 2 timeouts left. Harrisburg has 2 timeouts left. They have to hurry here as Connor Kolka gets them lined up. 5-yard pickup. Ball down to the 10. Last offensive touchdown for State High was in the first quarter. Good move by Sheffy. A couple of good moves. Deontay Sheffy to the house. Touchdown, State College. It is a one-score game with 3:39 to go after a spectacular, dazzling touchdown run by Sheffy.
You called it right, Brian. You used the right adjectives. Spectacular, dazzling, all of those things. He just refused to go down. Here's another look right here. He was contacted right, maybe even behind the line of scrimmage, and then a couple of more times on the way to the end zone.
10-yard touchdown run, the first offensive touchdown for State College since the opening quarter, and the kick hits the upright. It is no good, and that keeps it an 8-point game. So State College down a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Catch your breath. Who knows what's next? 34-26, Harrisburg will wrap it up. End of this fourth quarter coming your way when we come back here on Friday Night Rivals.
I would like to thank you, our fans, for your continued support this season. We look forward to seeing you throughout the fall year.
Comes up with another big play. They get the turnover. You get the 15-yard penalty. Then a couple of plays later, Deontay Sheffy cashes it in with a spectacular touchdown run. 34-26, though, because he had the always reliable Shane Markowski clank it off the upright. So it is an 8-point game. It was 13-0 State College. Then all Harrisburg rip off 34 unanswered points. And now State College with 13 unanswered. And somehow, some way, thanks to some crazy sequences, here they are. They're still in it.
Yeah, they are. They have 2 timeouts left. Are they going to kick this deep? Are they going to try the pooch kick again?
Big special teams plays and big plays on defense. Both teams, this game's been a little zany here tonight. We'll see what Shane Markowski does. And Markowski kicks it away. Matt Lintel will rely on his defense with a couple of timeouts left. Here late in the fourth quarter, Harrisburg begins at its own 20-yard line. All right, so Princeton Dent, right? That's the guy to key on right now if you're that Little Lion defense hoping to pull a rabbit out of your hat here and make a miraculous comeback complete.
Yep, he's the guy that they're going to lean on for sure. He's going to see the football probably at least 3 times here. We'll see, but
he has been the workhorse tonight without Messiah Mickens for Harrisburg. A couple of top 10 teams in the state, both 2-0. If you are just joining us, State College dominated the first quarter. Harrisburg, the middle 2 frames. And here in the fourth, State College has found a way to get back into it with a pair of touchdowns. Unconventionally, they have not sustained offensive drives tonight, but with special teams, have found a way to get back into the football game. Have had excellent field position all night long. Harrisburg has not. Princeton Dent backs his way for 3.5. Brought down by Rowan Zanoble.
Matt Lintel going to keep his timeouts in his pocket here.
Two first downs at this point would probably end it for Harrisburg. Thanks for sticking with us here. Nearly 3 hours into this telecast. The Good Feet Stores Friday Night Rivals presented by Levin Furniture. Some confusion for Harrisburg. The play clock at 1. And a big hole opens up for Princeton Dent. He sidestepped one would-be tackler. He's brought down by Hank Lustig. But it's an 8-yard pickup and a first down brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet.
He is so hard to get to the ground.
What makes his balance, too, is so impressive. He's such a complete package there at running back.
He is. He absolutely is. He has the vision, the speed, the power.
They won't have to snap it again until almost just 2 minutes remain. State College now will need to stop Harrisburg. on the next few plays to have any opportunity. Feels like they nearly have pulled a rabbit out of their hat tonight, trying to come all the way back. Watch the snap in the exchange, critical here. Handled by Shank. Clean handoff and nice little pickup of 3 for Princeton Dent. Anderson, Brennan make the tackle.
When you love what Michael Shank is doing here, snapping the ball with 1 second left on the play clock, just in total command of his offense.
His punt, though, earlier was blocked, had trouble with the snap. That's why I mentioned that. Matt Lintel, 2 timeouts left. He's going to wait until after this next play if his defense can come up with the stop. Play clock at 15. Harrisburg won't need to snap the ball until about 1 minute and 16 seconds here. If Shank can take it all the way down. 2nd and 8. A lot of the home side fans starting to come to their feet for their defense. Princeton Dent gets a great block to the outside, and Princeton Dent out near midfield to ice it for Harrisburg. The freshman tight end Titus Brown sealed off the edge.
He did. And you love what Dent did there too.
But there is holding on the play. The flag came in. Kevin Brown, the outstanding tackle, guilty for the hold on that right edge where he sprung free, and it is coming back. That was in the middle of a lot of traffic there. There is another flag here on the field, and that will State College has a chance to get this ball back now. It did run some more time off the clock, obviously, on the play, but it's now 2nd and 18. Rick, I thought it was a clean play that time to the outside.
I thought it was too, and right at the end there, you love Dent and the heady play he made by staying in bounds, Brian. He did not run out of bounds. He dove and kept himself in bounds.
Harrisburg has been backed up a couple of times tonight. Hasn't mattered for Princeton Dent. Bottled up and stopped here. After a short gain of 3, Matt Lintel immediately uses his 63 seconds left. Another tackle for Brennan.
And that'll bring up a 3rd and long, and he has that timeout in his pocket still.
This game has had a little bit of everything, right? A ton of Levin Furniture Play of the Game nominees, offense, defense, special teams. Quick thank you to our entire crew. Noah up here with us in the booth tonight, helping us spot. Greg Helsel, our statistician, obviously everyone back in the truck. Brian Tripp, Rick Call, and Jeff Page down on the sideline, and Jeff's still going to give that trophy out tonight here coming up after the game as well. So make sure you stick around for our trophy presentation, courtesy of the Good Feet Store and Keystone Engraving. Okay, now that the business is handled, let's get down to business. 1:03 left and a 3rd and 14 coming up. Whether you're watching us on the Allegheny CW6 or watching through a stream tonight and our digital sponsor, UPMC. What do you expect? They're just going to run the football, right?
I would think so. They may spread it out and give a look like they're not going to, but I think they're going to hand this ball off to Princeton Dent.
And then make Matt Lintel use his last time out. Should they stop him? And see what they could do in the kicking game. I don't know. A lot of room over here on the edge of your screen. State College again in that loose coverage. They're going to trust Princeton Dent off that right side, and the block by Brown. He's out to the 40, but he's brought down. It's a great run. He picked up 12, but he's still 2 yards shy of the first down. Vendemia makes the tackle. And now it is 4th and 2. You wouldn't dare, would you, if you're Harrisburg?
I don't think so. The way your defense has gone here, the way they played, I think you have to kick this ball away.
Had some trouble on special teams, though. Punting the football. Dent really hasn't been stopped. That right side behind big Kevin Brown and the tight end Titus Brown. I'm just throwing it out there. I think it's a real possibility.
It is a possibility.
You know, we haven't selected a stop of the game yet here. State College is looking for that right now.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Get one last crack. I think they're considering going for it, Rick.
I think they are too. They are considering it, and Boy, if you don't get it.
Well, he just brought the juice package in. The big guys just walked into the huddle over there. Josiah Johnson's coming out. I think they're going to go for it. We'll see. Elias Koch lined up out wide. Extra offensive lineman in. Gutsy call here for Harrisburg, looking to put it away. Princeton Dent in the backfield. It goes to Dent. He gets to the 41. He didn't get it.
He absolutely did not get it.
Rowan Walker off the end of the initial contact, and State College takes over with 51 seconds to go, down by 8.
That's a gutsy call, Brian. You said it. And we'll see if it comes back to bite them.
What a stand for the State College defense. 13 unanswered points. They need 8 more to come all the way back. Great play by Walker off the end. Just untouched.
Yeah, a tremendous play. You can't leave him untouched. He's had a strong game here tonight.
State College has no timeouts, but the ball is at the 41-yard line. Must get into the end zone and must convert a 2-point play.
This is the third straight drive here in this fourth quarter that has started in plus territory for State College. They had the 10-yard touchdown run by Sheffy. The one before that was the one where, the spot we were wondering about. Turned it over on downs.
Sophomore quarterback Connor Kolka gets it out quick, and Damir Code steps out of bounds to stop the clock at the 34-yard line, 7-yard pickup. That's a great start to this drive.
Yes, it is.
They're certainly at least within range to take a shot with Kolka's arm at the end zone. Talk about a young team, unnerved with everything that went against them over the middle 2 quarters, to have a shot here at the end. What a football game. Lustig in the slot. He does look to his right, dumps it off for Sheffy. Sheffy makes a man miss, makes another man miss, and is out of bounds at the 30-yard line. First down, State College. Picks up 6. And that first down brought to you by Ziegler Chevrolet. The clock stops with 40 seconds to play.
That's a nice call. Nice execution. He made the first man miss, which set the whole thing up. Right here, you'll see it. A little shifty move to make him miss. And made another man miss on the way also.
Sheffy, who played his first 2 seasons at State College, played with Harrisburg last year, back here at State High with his brother for his senior year. Looking to complete a remarkable comeback. Kolka buys some time. He tucks it, and for a sophomore, he knows to get out of bounds. With an alert play, he had an opportunity to cut it upfield for 4 or 5 more yards, but he used the block from Code to get out of bounds after picking up 5.
I was just going to say that, Brian. He had a chance to cut it back up and maybe pick up a few more yards, but I think he made the wise decision there.
Great awareness. State College just chipping away at it, and all of a sudden, the ball down inside the 25-yard line with 34 seconds to go. Plenty of time to work with here. Can that O-line hold up against this Harrisburg defense? Brown standing to rush. Pressure comes up the middle. Kolka slings it sideline, and that ball is caught over there by Code inside the 5.
Boy, Kolka, just great poise under pressure. And unfortunately right now, he is down. That is not him, I beg your pardon. Here's another look at it.
That is a great throw under duress to throw it to the sideline, and then a great catch by Damir Code on the back end. As Rick mentioned, there's an injured State College Little Lion player on the field back at the 29-yard line. So the athletic training team out there, it is not Kolka. Kolka standing here in the huddle.
I think it's Lukic.
Yeah, Jake Lukac is the injured Little Lion. 29 seconds to go. First and goal from the 4. Here you go.
You got plenty of time. You can open up the playbook.
Yeah, great to see Lukac, who scored a touchdown each of the first 2 games, to his feet. He wants to stay in the game. He'll have to come out for 1 play. And he may be a guy they look at here.
What poise from the sophomore quarterback.
We've had some great games through the years here on Friday Night Rivals. State College gave up 34 unanswered points, trailed by 21. 13 unanswered here in the fourth quarter, and now they are 4 yards away from a potential 2-point play to tie the game against the number 2 team in the state. If you left early, you're regretting it now. Kolka rolls, gets some protection. He fires. It is caught. Touchdown, State College. Max Vendemia, the freshman from the sophomore quarterback. Still 2 big points to go for State High.
Wow, this is astonishing, I think is the only word I can come up with right now.
State College does not have a timeout. Harrisburg does. Let's look at the touchdown. First things first here. Plenty of time and a wide open wide receiver.
Yep, nobody went with him.
Vendemia wanted the football, and finally got it. His first career varsity touchdown. Timeout Harrisburg with 25 seconds on the clock. We have a 2-point play to decide the football game.
That's all come down to this. Who would have thought this, Brian, a while ago?
At the end of the third quarter, it was all Harrisburg. You got the blocked punt and the scoop up by Gall. Brennan blocked it. Gall took it back for the touchdown. State College got the ball right back on a special teams play, but then got a bad spot, we felt like, went against them. Came right back, got a turnover. Sheffy ran it in. Came up with down to the last chance. They stopped Harrisburg on a 4th and 2. Backs against the wall. They had one more play to stop. They did it, and now they have one more play to score to set up a potential overtime.
This has been a great Friday night.
The sights and sounds will take us to the end here. Connor Kolka needing to convert for 2. And it is loose. Was it a catch and a fumble? State College is on the football. Yes! State College scores on the 2-point conversion. Hank Lustig scooped it up. Made the catch shy of the goal line, then it popped free. They advanced the ball into the end zone and recovered for a 2-point conversion to tie the game at 34. Just when you thought you had seen it all, it was right back to the touchdown play. He extended it. Don't think it got in initially, or did it? It may have, and then Lustig hopped on it. So I'm curious too, and we won't know. Did he score breaking the plane, or was it on the recovery? It counts.
I couldn't tell. It was at live speed. I thought he reached it out over the goal line. He may not have. He took a shot there. Let's hope he is okay.
Yeah, right helmet on helmet contact, laying his body out there for the team. It is a successful conversion. (34-34), and hopefully he is okay. It is good to see his left leg. He is moving his left leg. Let's look at the conversion again. Vendemia from Connor Kolka, this time to his right.
I don't think he got in on the initial one, based on what we just saw there, Brian.
Harrisburg celebrating the stop. The ball came out, recovered by Lustig. The big hit was by Trace Walker. And obviously not any intent to injure there, but
just trying to keep him out of the end zone.
Vendemia is sitting up. That is great to see. What a game. Who would have thought it?
Yeah.
Who would have thunk this, right? State College down 34-13. 13 unanswered to start. 34 unanswered for Harrisburg. And then a 21-0 run to bring us down the home stretch.
And these two always seemingly hook up in a classic. And this one has definitely fallen into that category.
They will still tend to him. There's the State College student body. Cornucopia colors there, and wow. And applause is Vendemia, talented freshman who has a big career in front of him, is to his feet and being helped over onto the State College sideline after one of the maybe defining plays of this young season. Well, I said that could set up overtime, but there are still 25 seconds left. And the way this game has gone, I have to assume that Markowski here will put it out of the end zone and not allow Koch to have an opportunity.
Fans, it is time to please stand as one.
Rick, I don't even know what to say at this point. What a comeback by a young State College team, and you have a sophomore quarterback and a freshman wide receiver making the two biggest plays here at the end.
And doing it against one of the best teams in the entire state. It's hard to even fathom that we witnessed what we've witnessed here tonight.
Kickoff does go into the end zone. 25 seconds left. Harrisburg, one timeout left. Certainly an offense that can spring some big plays, but at their own 20, how aggressive does Calvin Everett want to be with 80 yards to cover here and just one timeout? What a great night for high school football. One of the great settings for high school football. What a comeback. And there's one of the guys that sparked it, right? Number 58, Matt Gall. Probably not talking enough about the guy who blocked it. Trace Brennan.
Yeah, the special teams for State College have really played an integral part in this football game here tonight.
Brennan racking up the tackles all night. It is a young State College team, a measuring stick game. Well, they have risen to the occasion. Harrisburg getting all it can handle. Third straight week, they have prevailed the first two.
And they're going to play for overtime.
Schenk takes the knee. Overtime coming up here in State College, Pennsylvania. On a Friday night, 34-34, Harrisburg and State College. What a comeback. A 21-point fourth quarter for the home Little Lions. Sends us to overtime. Don't miss it. We'll have it when we come back here on the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Levin Furniture.
Your score is State College 34, Harrisburg 34.
I didn't think
That's your score, 34-34. I'm not sure how we got here. State College led it 13-0. Harrisburg ripped off 34 straight. Then State College, a miraculous Houdiniac, 21 unanswered in the fourth quarter to send us to overtime. Came down to the wire. Each team gets 4 plays from the 10. State College won the toss. They want to be on defense first. you always want to be on defense first here in the high school overtime.
Yep, no doubt about that.
And look at Harrisburg. They're going to line up with Lewis as the quarterback and go into the end zone on the first play. Lewis scores for Harrisburg. Now, special teams have been the story all night. You have 6 points there from Jayon Lewis. And now Harrisburg, a decision to go for 1 or 2. In all likelihood, going for 2. That's what they've done all night.
Yeah, they haven't shown anything in the kicking game, even an attempt at it. Boy, Lewis, he has just really had a really good football game here tonight.
Michael Shank, quarterback, has been outstanding, but it's been Jayon Lewis here in the red zone and in these goal-to-go situations and on the 2-point plays, who has been unstoppable. Chance to make it an 8-point Harrisburg lead again. They do it in the blink of the eye.
Yeah, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon. Great blocking up front.
It is Lewis again, this time to his right, and he is not contacted until he's across the goal line for the 2-point conversion. Jayon Lewis, the senior quarterback that led Harrisburg to the state semifinals last year with a game on the line. 2 plays, 1 for 6 points, 1 for 2 points, and now State College again must score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to send us to a second overtime.
Boy, Lewis, the great speed. He had the final 2 touchdowns in regulation for Harrisburg. And it helps when you can plug in a guy who knows the offense as well as he does in that situation.
One was a 59-yard catch from Michael Shank. Then he had the 2-yard run. Pivotal 2-point plays, as we just saw there. And now State College, which had the miraculous late comeback, scoring with 25 seconds left and converting on a crazy 2-point play, now has to do it again right away here.
And that has to be a little disheartening for State College right there to give that up so easily like they did going into overtime when they had all the momentum.
Especially with this raucous environment. Harrisburg now 1 play away from getting a stop and sending us home. Deontay Sheffy up the middle for 3. The second down, 42-34. Harrisburg, after the 8 points scored on their opening possession here in this first overtime.
Gain of 2 on the play, second down.
They're a couple of stops away from making it the only overtime. The number 2 ranked team in the state, the Harrisburg Cougars, against 10th ranked State College here, Class 6A. 2 Titans going toe-to-toe here in a cat fight in State College. Deontay Sheffy, maybe a yard. Josiah Johnson's plugging up the middle again. Ball's at the 7. It's 3rd down. Play clock is rolling even though you don't see the clock running on your screen. An untimed 4 plays. And now, Rick, it's going to go back into the hands of Connor Kolka.
Yeah, I think they've had their best success tonight. I think when they've rolled him out, gotten him out of the pocket.
2 plays to get into the end zone, and they'll still need a 2-point play after that. Kolka goes to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, State College. Keen Fermanak on the receiving end. They take care of the first box. Now they need to check off 1 more here to keep this game alive. Keen Fermanak from 7 yards out on a 3rd and goal. It is 42-40. And now State College must convert again. This time, it really is the end of the game if State College is unable to get it across the goal line.
This has been one of the more memorable games in the 10 years of doing this, Brian. This has been fantastic stuff on both sides.
State College, both teams do get a timeout to work with in each overtime. Matt Lintel will take one here. This is where you need your best play.
Yeah, and I was surprised there. They just left the quarterback in the pocket. They did not roll him out, give him a run-pass option, anything like that. Let him scan the field. They just had him drop back, a 5-step drop, and heave it to the end zone, and Fermanak able to haul it in.
Regardless of how or when, if this game eventually ends, what a game for both of these teams. Both teams have a great season coming up ahead. It's only week number 3. There's Messiah Mickens not playing tonight for Harrisburg. Right in the mix there in the huddle, hoping to see his team pull through.
Yeah, how much do you wish, how much is he wishing he was on the field tonight contributing to this one?
These are the moments you train all summer for. Young State College, regardless. At the end, there may not be a moral victory tonight. What a game for them. Harrisburg, the way they battled back early and have taken punch after counterpunch tonight. Here it is, from the 3 to decide the game. State College must convert for 2 to send us to a second overtime. 3 receivers to Kolka's right, Sheffy in the backfield. He rolls right, looks right, tucks it, takes it himself. Connor Kolka to the goal line. Did he get there? Yes, he did! Connor Kolka, the sophomore, keeps this thing alive. We go to a second overtime. Just got it across the plane.
Yeah, he just got it across. I'll tell you what, it was tight coverage. He had nowhere to go with that football. Everybody was blanket covered, and he made the decision just to tuck it and take off.
I thought he was going to get there easy. Big collision right near the goal line, and he just got in with Maxwell and Ewell closing in on him.
Wow, that's a sophomore quarterback in action right there. Great poise. Looked over the field, realized he had nowhere to throw that football, just decided to tuck it and run. And the great heart to finish the play right there, taking some contact.
Looks like that. Obviously, Harrisburg now will be on defense first, and State College offense will go right back out there for this second overtime. Great look at the band. They're in that. They're all around that north end zone, making life miserable for Harrisburg down there. So it was easy for Harrisburg. 2 plays, Lewis untouched each time for 6, then the 2-point conversion. State College had to work a little bit harder for it, but they got there, and now the ball's back in their court on offense for 002.
Brian, just looking ahead, maybe looking ahead a little too far here. If you're State College and you do score the touchdown, you're not in a situation where you have to go for 2 yet. But knowing that Harrisburg only goes for 2.
It is a great point. First things first, they've already missed an extra point tonight, too, by the way. Have had some trouble snapping the football. Kolka, this play's been there all night long. Lukac, great to see him back in the game, twirled down after repair. Kolka has not forced anything here tonight.
No, he has not. A great poise.
Lukac went out a couple of plays ago. And they work with a pair of H-backs, Lukac and Keen Furmanak, who had the touchdown just moments ago to help force double overtime, still without Max Vendemia.
And they're going to change the play here right at the line of scrimmage. Not liking what they're seeing.
On second down, Deontay Sheffy. A little jitterbug move in the backfield, but runs into Josiah Johnson. The running game has not been there. Harrisburg has controlled the line of scrimmage for the most part. 3rd and 8.
No gain on the play, it's 3rd down.
So you figure, right? Back to the quarterback who looks anything but a sophomore.
Yeah, it's just an unbelievable night for him. He has been so good.
If this is the foundation and the starting point, where could he be?
He could be wearing blue and white in a couple years.
James Franklin here tonight to take this game in. The Penn State head coach head of their noon kickoff tomorrow. And there is Kolka to the end zone, nearly intercepted. Looking for Lukac. It was batted down at the goal line. Rick Brown got his paws on it, had a chance to get Harrisburg on offense, needing just any points to win it. But still 4th and another play to work with. And, well, felt like all night long State College has been down on its last life, and here they are again.
Yeah, it looked like that was open momentarily, and as you said, he was able to reach in and bat it down at the last second.
State College is lining up for a field goal. Shane Markowski on, needing to just get some points here and put the pressure on the Harrisburg offense. Markowski with the 26-yard kick. It is good. It's 45-42 State College. And State College has the lead. So Matt Lintel rolling the dice, taking a chance, settling for 3 points instead of going for it on a 4th and goal from the 9.
Showing a lot of trust in his defense, a lot of confidence in his defense here to be able to make a stop.
Something they have not done down in this goal line area with what Jayon Lewis has done for the Harrisburg offense. So Harrisburg, a touchdown wins it here for the Cougars in second overtime. In a wild and wacky Friday night Week 3 game that feels like November, December postseason PIAA football.
Are you going straight from here to Beaver Stadium?
We're getting close to that point. Got to go with Lewis again, right?
I would. He's the hot hand, no doubt about it.
See if he does line up again at quarterback, and Jayon Lewis does. Princeton Dent to his right. A score wins it for Harrisburg. Lewis with a convoy gets the block from Dent. He dives. The ball comes free at the goal line. He is marked down first and into the end zone. Touchdown. Harrisburg wins it.
Wow, one play again, and Lewis just explosive.
The ball popped out. The lines judge rules that he crossed the plane first. And it is a touchdown for Harrisburg. What a fitting ending to this wacky double overtime thriller here in State College tonight.
What an unbelievable game. Just fantastic. He had a lead block there from guess who? Princeton Dent was out in front of him.
Who came in and starred tonight in relief of Messiah Mickens. Love to get another look at that. Looked like the ball, he either was down first prior to the ball coming out. I'm not sure he got across the goal line on that effort, but it was an unbelievable effort by Lewis. He wins it with his second touchdown of overtime. 48-45. Harrisburg in 2 OTs tonight prevails here on the road in a wild one in State College on the Good Feet Stores Friday Night Rivals presented by Levin Furniture.
As a reminder, the Little Lions will return home next Friday to take on
Welcome back to Memorial Field here in State College. Sticking with you here late on this Friday night. What a game. Harrisburg wins it over State College. 2 top 10 teams in Class 6A and PA. And it goes double overtime. Back and forth all night long. 48-45. Harrisburg wins it in double overtime. Jayon Lewis scores on a play, right? Bang, bang, coming down to the wire at the end there. Ball popped out. State College recovered. Was he down first? Was he across the plane? So many big-time plays. A game of inches, truly the case tonight. Valiant effort both sides. Heck of a football game.
Yeah, both teams can look in the mirror and say, you know what, we never quit in this football game. Harrisburg was behind early. They were able to battle back. They showed the poise to be able to do that. State College, they were down 21 points in the fourth quarter. Somehow managed to come back and get this football game to overtime, and a lot to build on there. And then in the end, it was just the speed and the athleticism and all the star playmakers of Harrisburg that won out.
Yeah, what a game. There's State College. Matt Lintel, young squad, was up early, then fell down. Big hole. Found a way, fourth quarter, 21 points to get back in it. They'll learn a lot. Harrisburg celebrating at the other end of the field. They're getting ready to receive our Friday Night Rivals trophy. We have a ton to pick from the Levin Furniture Play of the Game nominees tonight in a game that's 48-45 and 93 points. A lot to pick from for plays of the game, defense, special teams, offense at the wire, stop of the game. We'll pick our player of the game, but it looks like Jeff is getting ready to go with the victors tonight as we get set for our Good Feet Stores Friday Night Rivals winners, they'll receive the Friday Night Rivals trophy, courtesy of the Good Feet store and Keystone Engraving. All right, Jeff Payton.
Coach, talk about a roller coaster of a football game. What do you have to say about your football team in the second half and then coming back and winning it in the second overtime?
Well, it's kind of ironic you said the roller coaster of a football game. That's one thing that I always talk to our guys about.
My bad.
Is that a football game is basically like a roller coaster. You have a bunch of ups and downs. I talk to them about that all the time. But I'm extremely proud of our guys. You know, we faced a lot of adversity, and we just kept responding and resilient. And I'm just happy we came away with the win.
Coach, 2 top 10 teams in the state of Pennsylvania. You come to State College. You have won a lot of big football games in this program at the helm. What does this mean to you tonight?
This game means a lot. You know, every time we come here to play State College, we already know they're a well-coached team. It's always going to be a battle between us. So for us to be able to walk away here with the victory, you know, that's a testament to our guys.
Coach, I'm going to turn to my left here, number 5, Jayon Lewis. You are our player of the game, Friday Night Rivals player of the game. What do you have to say? Boy, you had a lot of real estate in front of you in overtime in the second half. What do you?
We're made for these moments, and I know this is truly a blessing to come out here because we prep for these moments. We've been in this moment like last year, coming to overtime, and I know my teammates got my back. I know that we're going to play for each other.
Going to be a heck of a better bus ride on the way home, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, if I that trophy, I'm gonna give you guys the Friday Night Rivals Championship Trophy, brought to you by the Good Feet store and Keystone Engraving. Harrisburg, this is your time to make a little bit of noise, guys. Back to you guys up in the booth. Let's hear you, fellas.
A lot of energy down there after double overtime, back and forth. There's Messiah Mickens, not a part of the game tonight, but a big part of this team. And what a win for Harrisburg here on the road in State College. Wow, how about this run they've been on against Emotion McDevitt State High to start the year?
I'm out of superlatives. This has been an unbelievable football game. Well, I'll tell you what, Jayon Lewis, he just came out of nowhere. He didn't see the ball a lot in the first half. In the second half, he pretty much owned the second half, and well, he was terrific here tonight. And both teams just laid it all out on the line, Brian.
Yeah, it was a great work. I know Jeff's down there talking to big Kevin Brown after, and this entire offensive front. It was that size and physicality of Harrisburg, all the flash and dash, but in the end, it's winning the line of scrimmage, and that's what they do to get it done. So those are the final scenes here from State College, as we still want to bring you our Levin Furniture play of the game and, of course, our school bus stop of the game. So let's first take a look at tonight's school bus stop of the game. Always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in large fines, points on your license, and license suspension. There's the knockaway in this second overtime, forcing State College to settle for a field goal.
It was open momentarily. He tried to sneak it in there, but a good defensive play, and that was the turning play of this football game, as it turned out.
Yeah, Rick Brown made the stop, and State College settled for 3, and then that set the scene for Jayon Lewis to cap it off. A lot of short drives, a lot of long drives, and ultimately, when we get to our Bud's Auto Sales drive of the game, Bud's Auto Sales, no one drives a better deal than Bud. Visit them at budsautosales.com. We had to wait to the wire here at the end to pick a winner, and you know why? Because look at this. There's that size. There's the physicality.
Princeton
Not just the
Bentley
lineman.
in the way too.
Yeah, how about that block there by Elias Koch? All getting it done. You know, the drive of the game was also his leg drive getting in, or at least close to that goal line there on the final play. Ball popped out. Had to be a chaotic finish, right? Yeah, this is crazy. The chaotic finish, appropriate, so fitting for a game like this. Well, I don't know how this one will be topped the rest of the way.
It's going to be tough. We might need another hook and lateral like we had in Berlin a couple years ago against Conemaugh Valley, if you recall.
Let's take one last look at it. It's also, this winning play is the Levin Furniture play of the game. You know, I do think his knee was, I'm not going to spoil a party, I do think his knee was down short of the goal line. Ball was certainly still in his arms for those from State College, like, hey. It wasn't touched until the after 9 on that one. Jayon Lewis, not to spoil the party, but that is the play of the game, the game-winning touchdown in double overtime. Harrisburg wins it by a 48-45 final score here tonight. Tonight's broadcast was sponsored by the Good Feet Store and Levin Furniture. Promotional consideration also provided by UPMC, UMH Properties, Ziegler Chevrolet, Bud's Auto Sales, American Legion County Fair, Berger & Green Attorneys at Law, Priority First Federal Credit Union, Usco Federal Credit Union, West Central Equipment, Wendy's, Crawford's Gift Shop, Thomas Feed Mill, and Keystone Engraving. Friday Night Rivals is a production of Sports Fever Television Network for Sinclair Broadcasting Group. For more information, go to sportsfevertv.net. Dare you to find a better game than this one. Dare you to find a better site for high school football than this one. Maybe a better football town than this one. What a night tonight. Great work by our entire Friday Night Rivals crew. It was a long one here tonight. For Rick Hall and Jeff Page, I'm Brian Tripp and our entire team saying so long from State College tonight. We'll talk to you next week here on the Good Feet Store's Friday Night Rivals presented by Levin Furniture.